Bob Morgan on camera. We'll be joined later on tonight by Billy Nelson as we get set for the Senatobia Warriors taking on the Calhoun City Wildcats here in the home opener for the Wildcats here tonight. They're coming into the season with a 1-0 record, having defeated Aberdeen last week by the score 26-14. So the Wildcats coming in tonight 1-0 in the season, looking for their first victory here at home under new coach Mike Ray. Calhoun City won the toss. They have deferred until the second half, so Senatobia will receive the ball. As you see, the Warriors taking the field across the way. 3A school picked to finish first in their division ahead of Independence and Water Valley. Coming off a very good season last year in which they narrowly missed the playoffs. And there come the Wildcats here at the Boneyard. They'll be dressed in the solid black here tonight with the orange face mask, white numbers. A very talented football team coming in here against a solid Senatobia football team. Should be a good one here tonight. So pull up a chair and stay tuned as you take a look at Coach Mike Ray in his first season. And he's assisted by Mike Grant, Trey Hamby, and Corey Vance. As you take a look at the Wildcats gathered, we're about ready to get this one underway here from the Boneyard. Calhoun City played a team similar to Senatobia last year in Independence from the same division, defeated them by the final score 26-14. And they'll have a tough test here tonight, and this will determine just how good Calhoun City is playing an early season test like Senatobia. The whole backfield returning for the Wildcats in Jerome Tucker, Santo Armstrong, and Chad Cook, along with a lot of players who had a lot of opportunity to play last year. With all the blowouts that they had, they got to play a lot of guys, and that really helped them as far as this season. They did lose a good receiver by the name of Kendall Robertson. He's moved on, but the Wildcats are back with a solid bunch this group.
Our Father, as we come to you this evening, we want to say thank you for the day that we've enjoyed. We thank you for the privilege to come to the close of such a day as two schools to enjoy this sportsmanship contest together tonight. And Father, I just asked you that you would protect each one that is involved, or each player that will be on the field, for the cheerleaders, for the fans, for the coaches. God, we just asked your care upon us this evening that we might participate in this sporting event, knowing that we have you as our Father, that you're in our hearts. And God, everything that we would do and the way that we would conduct ourselves would be in accordance to your will this evening. Give us this time together that we might enjoy. Help each team that they might play their best, and at the close of the game, may they be able to say we've done our best, no matter how the outcome might be. Again, we pray thy protection upon us. In Jesus' name I ask it. Amen.
Amen. Thank you, Reverend Ed. Please face the north end of the field.
Okay, sports fans, we're ready for some football now. The Wildcats come in with a record of 1-0, and they will kick off here to start the football game here tonight. Hope you enjoyed the Bruce Winona game, and we're ready for another good one here between the Wildcats and the Warriors. Santo Armstrong will tee it up and kick it off here to the Warriors to get this game underway. Good crowd across the way for Senatobia, having come down from North Mississippi.
Defending the North goal. Kicking tonight.
And they'll drop back deep, number 6, Jerika Gardner. Also back, number 40, Ken Jones, to receive for the Warriors.
Back to receive for the Warriors will be number 6.
Wildcats, having gone all the way to the state championship last year, trying to get back that time and pull out a victory this year. Here's the kickoff by Armstrong. It's going to be taken at about the 14, up to the 20, Russell to the 25, and he is gang tackled at about the 28-yard line. First and 10 for the Warriors. 43 Wilson, the carrier, on the return, and the Warriors are going offense first and 10 from their own 28-yard line.
29-yard line, first and 10.
Quarterback is Drew Oakley, senior 200-pounder. Coming up to the line of scrimmage, they'll work out of the pro set backfield. Split wide receivers left and right.
Number 5.
Against the Wildcats 5-3 front. There's a give up the middle, nowhere to go. He's stacked up for a loss of a yard.
And he stopped.
A gang of Wildcats were there to make the stop.
On the play. That'll bring up second down and about
no gain for number 21, Keith Cathy.
Demond Phillips and Michael Wortham making the stop.
Phillips was there to make the stop for the Wildcats. Along with Michael Wortham. Two guys who had a lot of playing time last year.
Oakley under center.
Oakley comes up to the line. Second down, 11 yards to go. Split backfield along with Cathy and Bateman. Oakley looks over, hands to the fullback, straight up the middle, nowhere to go. Stacked up by the Wildcat defense. They are big and strong in that defensive line. May have been a fumble.
Recovered by Demond Phillips.
And it was.
No, negative. Cancel that. He was considered down.
The guy was down, they're going to say. The knee was down. So I know then they're going to change it and give it to Calhoun City now. A bit of confusion there among the officials as there appeared to be a fumble on the play. Demond Phillips came out of there with it. The officials conferred and they decided to give it to the Wildcats. So a big break here early for the Wildcats. First and 10 at the Warrior 29-yard line. Jerome Tucker comes out at quarterback. So a big break here in the early going on the second play from scrimmage. A fumble. And the Wildcats have a golden opportunity.
That was a fumble recovery.
First and 10. Jerome Tucker. Campbell and Pittman split wide to the left. Here's the option. Tucker pitches to Santo. Santo to the 25, the 20, 15-yard line, down to the 11. First and 10, Wildcats.
Armstrong picks up about 20 yards. He stopped on about the 10-yard line.
Gain of 17 for Santo Armstrong. First and 10 to go, Wildcats. First play from scrimmage. A play that the Wildcats use a lot. Little pitch to Santo around corner, and he has excellent speed around that corner.
Jerika Gardner on the stop. First and 10 for the Wildcats on the Warriors' 11-yard line.
Denton and Pittman go wide left. I formation for the Cats.
There's a snap.
There's the give to Cook, straight up the middle. Cook off left tackle, pounding his way inside the 10, down to about the 6. Gain of about 5 for Chad Cook, the senior fullback. Two-year starter for the Wildcats.
About 5 or 6 yards on the play.
It'll bring up second down, 5 yards to go. Denton and Pittman check out for the Wildcats. They're knocking on the door here. Second down and 5 from the 6. 28.
Second and 5.
And number 18, Herod, go wide to the left. There's a give to Santos, straight up the middle. Not much running room. He's dropped at about the 5.
61 on the stop.
Gain of a yard on the play.
Stewart House.
House made the tackle for the
Armstrong
Warriors.
picked up maybe 2 on that play.
It'll bring up
Looks to be about
third down,
3rd and 3.
5 yards to go. 3rd down and 4 make it for the
On
Wildcats.
Warriors' 5-yard line.
From the 5.
Almost dead center on the 5-yard line.
Most likely 4-down territory here for Coach Ray. 2 wide receivers go wide to the left. I formation with Cook and Armstrong behind Tucker. Tucker fumble the snap, and he is going to be nailed behind the line of scrimmage. Back at about the 7. Loss on the play. And that'll bring up 4th down here for the Wildcats as Daniel Denton will check in.
Snap was mishandled, but it was recovered by Tucker.
So a costly
Bring up 4th down
mistake
now
that time
about
by the Wildcats will force them into a tough 4th down, 5 yards to go. Early first quarter, no score.
Looks like the Cats are going for it.
Wildcats trying to take advantage of an early turnover. I formation. 2 wide receivers to the left. Number 12, Gaston, is in the slot. Here's the option by Tucker. Pitches to Santo, picks it up, touchdown, Wildcat! Not a very good pitch that time by Jerome Tucker, but Santo picked it up off the ground and took it in for 6. And the Wildcats, it only took them 3 minutes and 50 seconds to get on the board.
Wildcats 6.
So a 29-yard touchdown drive for the Wildcats. And here's the extra point coming up for Daniel Denton.
Daniel Denton will be doing the kicking.
His
and
first
Anthony
year
Moore
as a
will be
place
doing the
kicker.
holding for the Wildcats. There's
Here's the
snap,
kick,
it's down, it's up,
and the kick
it's
is
a
up,
good kick.
and it's good. 7-0 Wildcats with 18 to go first quarter. And the Wildcats grab the early lead, taking advantage of an early fumble by the Warriors on the second play from scrimmage. Some of our sponsors for tonight's game. We have Bonnie's Pageant and Formal Wear in Bruce. If you need a dress or a tux or whatever it might be, go by and see Bonnie at Bonnie's Pageant Wear. Just out of town, east of town in Bruce, that's Bonnie's Pageant and Formal Wear. Cole Jury in Bruce, another proud sponsor of Calhoun County Sports. Go by and see Bruce Cole for all your jewelry needs. They're on the square in Bruce. That's Cole Jury. Also, Weyerhaeuser Company, an employer of a lot of folks in Calhoun County. Weyerhaeuser Company, another proud sponsor, and has been for years in Bruce, Mississippi. Santo will kick it off now. Left-footed kicker.
That's a deep kick.
It's a good kick. It's going to hit it about the 14. Gardner picks it up at the 10, 15, 20, 25. Dropped at the 28-yard line.
Down at the 29-yard line.
Number 33 made the stop for the Wildcats. It'll be 1st and 10 Warriors at the 29-yard line, about the same spot they started the opening drive.
Jerome Fox on the tackle, it appears.
Fox made the tackle.
Looks like a replay of the first series of downs. The Warriors will take the possession of the ball on their own 29, 1st and 10.
Drew Oakley comes up to the line. 7-0 Wildcats, 1st and 10 to go. I formation this time for the Warriors. Back to throw, play action, under pressure, throws incomplete. Under pressure from Fox. That pass was intended for number 30. Maurice Bateman out of the backfield. But Oakley didn't have much time to look over the receivers and threw incomplete. It'll be 2nd down and 10 yards to go. And Billy Nelson has arrived here at the Boneyard. He'll be joining us here in just a few moments.
Second series for the Warriors.
Here come the Warriors up to the line. Oakley split wide to the right. Drew Oakley's the quarterback. He's back to throw. 3-step drop, long pass down the sideline. Overshot him. Flag on the play, though. It may be roughing the passer.
Intended receiver over his head.
Number 32 for the Wildcats came in, Bernard Sykes, and he might have hit him a little late.
It looked like it might be against the Wildcats.
Sykes, a big guy, 6'3", 245. Coming in there for the Wildcats. That's going to be a penalty against Calhoun City. 15 yards to be marked off.
Wildcats. It looks like a costly penalty.
So a big break here for Senatobia.
15-yarder.
Billy Nelson has joined us now, folks. Billy just pulling in. You missed an early touchdown run there by Santo Armstrong. Wildcats take an early lead, 7-0. Glad to have you, man.
Good to be here, Don. Keep it going. I'll catch up with you sooner or later.
All right. 1st and 10 for the Warriors. Split backfield for Drew Oakley, 2 wide receivers. Play action, gives to the tailback. He's nailed by Wortham. Number 99, Michael Wortham. Hit him in the backfield. Loss on the play. And Billy, it doesn't look like the Wildcats lost a beat in that defensive line. They had a lot of graduation, but they are just as big and strong as they was last year.
Don, this is the first time to see the Wildcats, and just a few plays, real impressive on the defensive stand here in the early going of the first quarter.
Loss on the play.
Lost the 4 on the play for Bateman. It'll be 2nd down 14 for the Warriors. 4 wide receivers split wide to the left. That's an interesting setup here for the Warriors. Oakley rolls left, under pressure from Santo, throws down the sideline, incomplete. Intended for number 35, Carlos Bell. Sherman Pittman had the coverage for the Wildcats. It's going to bring up 3rd down 15. And Billy, so far, the whole game, Calhoun City has had pressure on the quarterback.
Don, I was just going to comment on that. Santo Armstrong coming in from the left side, blindsiding on Drew Oakley. And Oakley had no idea what was behind him, and that was a lot of pressure being applied by the defensive part on Calhoun City.
3rd down 14.
Bring up a 3rd down play, 3rd and 14.
Look for the Wildcats to go after the passer here. Ball will rest on the 40-yard line. Bale comes wide to the right, along with number 40, Ken Jones, split wide to the left.
He's back. He's going
Rolling out, he's under pressure. He's dropped by Chad Cook. Chad Cook came right up the middle, untouched, and dropped him for a huge loss. And that'll bring up 4th down, and Senatobia is going to have to punt.
Don, not too good of a welcome on the part of the Wildcats to Senatobia here in the early going. The Warriors having a tough time on the offense, and like you said, Calhoun City looks like they haven't lost anything, even though they graduated some defensive players. They're still strong here in the early going.
So it's a long way to go, but so far Calhoun City has dominated the first 6 minutes of this first quarter. There's the punt, a wobbly kick. It's going to hit at about the 49 and roll out of bounds at the midfield stripe. So once again, for the 2nd straight time, the Wildcats will have excellent field position to start their 2nd drive of the game, having taken advantage of an early fumble by Senatobia to score. And with 6:14 to go, they're back on offense. Quarterback Jerome Tucker, ranked in the top 100 players in the state of Mississippi, along with Santo Armstrong this year.
Defensive play that series.
Back for their senior years.
Cook.
Cook and Santo line up in the backfield. Pittman and Denton go wide to the right. Jerome Tucker, now a seasoned veteran in his 3rd year starter for the Wildcats. Comes up to the line, a 5-2 defensive front for the Warriors. Here's the give to Cook up the middle, trying to work his way. He picks up about a yard. Number 79 was there. That's Mario Hawkins on the stop. 2nd down, 9 yards to go
2nd and 9
for the Wildcats.
On the 49-yard line of the Warriors.
Checking in with the play is Jonathan Herod, number 18, wearing the number of Kendall Robertson, who has departed, moved on to Mississippi State. He comes wide to the left along with Sherman Pittman, 5'9", 150 senior. In the slot, back to throw Tucker, throws to the right, looking for Santo, throws, intercepted at the 44-yard line. Big play for Senatobia. Omar Wilson, I believe, made the interception.
Number 54, Joel Haven, but we couldn't catch his number.
Stuart House was the guy who made the interception on an excellent catch. And that's the first turnover tonight for the Wildcats. And it looked like to me there, Billy, I don't know if you saw it, looked like he went out and grabbed Santos Armstrong a little bit right there at the end of that play, or before the interception, to kind of slow him down.
I missed that, Don, but I was going to comment. Nick Mickens for the Warriors applying a lot of pressure on Tucker, and Tucker would have been better off just to tuck that one in and take the loss rather than throw the interception, because Mickens, along with Richardson, applying heavy pressure on Tucker.
So we got an official's timeout on the field. Senatobia has good field position at their own 43.5-yard line. Some more of our sponsors for tonight's game: Calhoun City Telephone Company in Calhoun City, Crocker's Pharmacy, Also on the square in Calhoun City, and Medlift Mobility and Blunt's Cleaners, another proud sponsor of Wildcat football here tonight. People's Bank and Trust, Ed Wood and Company over there, also sponsoring Calhoun County football this year as well. And a lot of good sponsors we'll read throughout the football game here tonight.
The footballs tonight are courtesy of Denton Drugs and Western Auto Store.
Beautiful night for football, Billy. It's good and cool, not too hot, not any bugs flying around. I know we've been up here many a times where you were getting hit in the head with bugs the whole night.
I tell you what, that's a delight to come up here and sit down and not wonder if you're going to get toted off by the bugs. I left Pontotoc about an hour ago, and it was coming a pretty good storm up there. So see, it hadn't made it to Calhoun County. It was going the opposite way, so a great night for football.
3 wide receivers to the left. Number 21 goes in motion. Screen pass did not work. Gain of a yard. Cook made the tackle. Carlos Bell was the receiver on the play.
Short pass, second and about
2nd down and 9.
12 now, maybe a loss of 2 yards on that play. 2nd and 12.
2nd down, 9 yards to go here for the Warriors. 4:53 remains. And
Excuse me, he picked up 2 yards on that play.
2 wide receivers,
2nd
Bell,
and 8.
along with number
Formation
40,
same
Jones,
as the last time, split right,
coming to the right.
Oakley under center.
Kathy
Back
goes
to
in
that
motion.
right. Motion.
Oakley swings it out on a lateral, and that's going to be a lateral out of bounds. That'll be a loss on the play.
Intended for number 21.
Good call by the official, all the way back to the 36. That's going to be a huge loss, Billy, of about 9 yards.
Right, you are, Don, and Coach Mike Ray sees something he's very unhappy about. He calls a quick timeout, and he don't take him no time to get out there and try to correct this problem. I don't know what it is. Maybe a man not lined up with his receiver, but he didn't like it, and we see very quickly how he calls a timeout. And I think just after the second game, or the beginning of his second game, showing pretty good stuff as a head coach.
You're exactly right. And the only thing that Coach Ray seemed real concerned about when I talked to him earlier this year was his defensive backs. I don't want to speculate on this, but that was a lateral, and had he caught it, I feel like a man would have been wide open, and they could have thrown the receiver pass, because it looked like the defensive cornerback came up on the play when he should have stayed with his wide receiver. So I'm not sure if that's it, but that could be a valid point, because had the guy caught it, he would have had a man wide open.
Don, I bet it don't happen this time.
He made his point clear, calling a timeout.
Okay, 3rd and 8 for the Warriors.
So it'll be 3rd down.
On their own 36-yard line.
21 yards to go for the Warriors.
Oakley under center, split wide right.
Bale and Jones go wide to the right. Split backfield. Kathy and Bateman. Oakley back to throw, looking over the middle, got a man wide open, and he dropped it. He would have been gone. Nothing but green between him and the end zone. That was intended for number 40, Ken Jones, and he was thinking touchdown before he thought about catching that brown football.
Don, he saw the end zone before he brought it in, and Jones, a senior receiver, you would think a senior receiver wouldn't make those mistakes, but early in the season, those butterflies going, and you just have to you have to make adjustments on these things.
There's the punt, and Santo makes a fair catch at the 32-yard line. So that was about a 32-yard kick, no return. It'll be 1st and 10 Wildcats. Each team has turned the ball over once.
At the Calhoun City Elementary School support group is selling T-shirts.
And some of the coaches talking now with Jeremy Azale. He might have been the guy who missed the coverage that time for the Wildcats and let the man get wide open. So hopefully they can work that out. Back on offense now. I formation for Tucker. Hands it off. Option play. He's going to keep it to the 35. Tucker cuts it back to the 40. 1st down to the 46-yard line. A gain of 12 on the play. Tackle Stuart House once again on the stop for the Warriors.
He's finally pulled down by number.
But a gain of 12 and a 1st down for Jerome Tucker.
No, that's a mark of a senior quarterback. Sort of took the option under his own. Sort of directed it his own way and called the shot and got the yardage for the Wildcat 1st down.
First and 10 from the 46. And if we're screaming on your TV, it's because we cannot hear ourselves think up here with the PA system right behind us. So we apologize for that. Split backfield now. Cook and Santo. Here's Cook straight up the middle. He pounds his way up to the 49. A gain of about 3 or 4 yards.
He's finally brought down.
It'll bring up second down and 7. Stuart House was there again. He's everywhere. Strong linebacker. He's the captain of that team. So you can take a look at him getting the call from the sidelines from the
Second and 6.
head coach.
Second and a long 6.
That's Jerry
6
Barrett
and a half
for the Warriors.
on their own 48-yard line. Split left
High formation now. Second down and 7 yards to go. 2 receivers for the Wildcats. Here's a pitch sweep to Santo Armstrong. Looking for running room. Cuts it back to the 50. Still on his feet to the 45. He's to the 40. He's to the 30. He's gone. Touchdown, Santo. 13-0 Wildcats. No flags on the field. And once Santo Armstrong gets through that line, there's nobody here, or maybe nobody in the state that can catch him. And that's something we haven't seen in about a year, but it's good to see it again there, Billy. The extreme quickness of Santo Armstrong.
Don, defensive Warriors had him for a loss of about 2 yards. And when he broke loose, like you said, when he gets the opening and he sees that end zone, he's gone, and it's hard to catch him.
And so the Wildcats already up 13-0. We're just in the first quarter. And I'm really surprised that they have been able to do it so easily against this Senatobia club. There's a fumble snap, and he's going to be dropped by number 35. That is going to be Carlos Bell. So the extra point failed. 13-0 Wildcats. And Billy, I knew coming in that Calhoun City had a great team, but so far they're making it look easy against a good Senatobia team who's picked to finish first in their division ahead of Water Valley and Independence.
Well, you know, I've heard a lot of folks say, Don, before the season started, that maybe the Wildcats overloaded themselves with a schedule. But I'm going to tell you, I pull for all the county schools, and not just saying it because we're here tonight, but hey, if they handle every school like they're handling so far, I don't think it's an overload. I think the guys are prepared mentally, and they've come in and they know what they've got to do, and they're getting the job done.
You know, Billy, anytime you make it to the state championship and you lose, that gives you an incentive the whole next season, work off season to work hard, because you know you got a little taste of that championship game. You really want to get back to it.
That's right, Don.
Santo kicks off. Short kick taken at the 18 by Kathy. Kathy to the 25, to the 30. He is hit hard at the 32-yard line. That was Ezel, along with number 2, Campbell. Hope I'm pronouncing that right. Damon Campbell was there as well. First and 10 at the 32.5-yard line for Senatobia. Of course, we saw Senatobia, Frank Laster and myself, last year against Water Valley. And they were strong last year. Of course, this is their first game of the year, so it may take a while to get the jitters out. Nowhere to go for Carlos Bell. Gain of a yard on the play. A gang of Wildcats were there, led by number 70, Demond Phillips, and Chad Cook right up in that middle.
Wildcats stopping that time with a
second down and 9 yards to go.
Chad Cook and Demond Phillips.
Don, I got a chance to meet with the players before their pregame meal today, sort of as a chaplain, I guess you might say, and the guys really look on their faces. There wasn't a lot of junk going on. It was real serious business, and I think they brought it out to the field tonight.
Split backfield for the Warriors. Oakley back to throw, going deep down the left side. It is incomplete. That was a great play by Anthony Moore. He looked like he stumbled, but he was able to recover. And that was Ken Jones, who was there and almost came up with a big reception. And so far, Billy, the only weakness that we have seen here early has been the defensive back. And that's something that they may get by with tonight, but they better iron it out next week before they take on Chad Hill and those Oxford Chargers.
You got that right. I got a chance to see the Chargers on over at Ole Miss, and not a slouchy passing attack.
Probably the best passing team that we'll see all season.
Jones split left.
3rd down 9 here for the Warriors. 2 wide receivers to the wide side. Oakley, 3-step drop, under pressure, throws incomplete. And he was under extreme pressure by number 32, Sykes.
Also, Chad Cook in applying the pressure. And, you know, if the Wildcats can continue the pressure from the inside guys, Don, that passing attack's not going to hurt, because if you don't give the quarterback time to throw it, if they're wide open or not, it's not going to make that much difference. But you can't rely on that inside attack every play.
Here's the punt. It's going to hit, take a good roll, and it was touched by Senatobia at the 23-yard line is where they'll mark it. So this is the worst field position of the night for the Wildcats, with 1:37 to go in the first quarter. You know, Billy, I don't know if it's just me, but Chad Cook looking like he put on some weight in the offseason and has gotten a lot stronger. We got him listed at 220 pounds. That's a good size for a middle linebacker.
I guarantee you, and just looking at him without the pads and stuff on today, I was noticing the same thing. And also, since you made that comment, Santo Armstrong is bigger this season. He's been on the weights and been eating some peas and cornbread, look like.
Coming in at 185 pounds, and some of the biggest calves you'll ever see on a young man.
1st and 10 from their own 24.
And that's where he gets that blazing speed in those legs.
Cook and Armstrong in the backfield.
I formation for the Wildcats from the 24. Option, first man through Cook. He's off right tackle for a gain of 6. Didn't look like he had much room, but he still got 6 yards.
Now, when you got a fullback that size, he just keeps driving himself forward, and he's going to get 3-4 yards every carry. We talking about the strength, he being bigger this season, and he just plows his way through the middle, 4 or 5 yards guarantee every time.
You know, Billy, a lot of viewers out there may not know this. I picked up some of the information in the off-season, but Chad Cook and Santo Armstrong are the best of friends as well. They hang around each other all the time, so they work good on the field and off the field together. I formation here on 2nd down and 4. Here's the give to Armstrong off left side. He's got about 2 to the 32.5-yard line.
He is stopped by number 70.
Treatus Richardson was there,
And number 7.
along with Carlos Bell.
Treatus Richardson.
And that'll bring up a 3rd down
Bring up
for the
3rd down
Wildcats.
and about 2 for the Cats.
A long 2 yards to
On
go.
their own 33-yard line.
They've got to get to the 24.5. Ball rest, or the 34.5. It rests at the 32. Only 17 seconds remain in the first quarter. We'll see if they get the play off. 2 wide receivers go wide to the right. Here's the option. The give is to Armstrong on the option. He's to the 40. First down to the 43-yard line. That'll move the chains for the Wildcats.
That will be enough for a first down and more.
Greg Cathy, number 23, was there to make the stop for the Warriors,
Ken Jones, number 40, on the stop.
along with Ken Jones, and it'll be a first down.
Cats down from their own
Only
44
three
with about 35
seconds to go.
left in the first period.
And that's going to be the last play of the first quarter. So they'll switch ends.
And that's the end of the first period. Wildcats lead 13 to
13-0 Calhoun City after 1 quarter. And it's been all Wildcats in the first quarter of play as we head to the second. Right now, let's cut you to a station break, hear from some of our sponsors. We'll be right back for more from the Boneyard right after this. Welcome back to Calhoun City. Don Brooks along with Billy Nelson and Rob Morgan on the camera. 13-0 Wildcats. Our first look at the Wildcats this year. Haven't seen them since the state championship game last December. Under new head coach Mike Ray. Even though he's new, Billy, he's been here for a while, so he's very familiar with the talent that he's got out there.
You're right, Don, and being assistant, you might say, under David Ballman, that don't hurt either.
We've already mentioned his young assistants that he's added this year. Tucker rolls to the left, and he is going to be stopped at about the 45, a couple of yards on the play.
Shun Brooks.
Mario Hawkins was there to make the stop
And about 2 yards.
for the Warriors.
Second
along
and
with
8
Shune
for
Brooks.
the Cats.
It'll be 2nd down and 8. Checking in Herod and Jody Jennings
For the Cats.
for the Wildcats. Trying to pull away in this one, already up 13-0, and they have the ball now at their own 46. 2nd down, 8. Santo lines up at the wing-back formation. He goes in motion behind Cook. Here's the option. Pitch to Santo. Santo trying to get to the corner. Hit hard. Fumble. Picked up by Senatobia.
Ken Jones.
Jones recovers for the Warriors. Santo a little slow getting up, but it looks like he's okay. He was hit right around the knees or the shin area. The ball came loose.
Keith Cathy made the hit and knocked the ball
Keith
loose from
Cathy
Santo,
made the hit.
recovered by number 40,
And
Ken
Jones picked it up. So a big break there for Senatobia.
Big play on the part of Jones for the Warriors, and looked like the Warrior defense is keying in on Santo, and the offensive coach for the Wildcats going to have to change things up a little bit and sort of shuffle plays around because they're keying on number 22 right now.
Flanker left, flanker right.
Pitch sweep right to Cathy. Cathy to the 40, down to the 35, knocked down at the 34. He's close to a first down. Gain of about 9 or 10 yards. Very close. Ben Collins made the tackle.
Down the momentum has all of a sudden shifted on one mishap by the Wildcats. The momentum has switched to the other side, and you can just, you can sense it. The fans was all excited, and a nice run on the part of the back there for the Warriors.
Gain of 9, 2nd down and 1. So Cathy made the big hit. Then he turns around and makes a good run. Play action. Oakley has a man open, overshot his tight end, number 87. That is Jay Huey, the tight end.
Matt Monteith. Incomplete.
It'll bring up 3rd down, 1 yard to go for the Warriors. And that's about the 4th time tonight, Billy, that they've had a guy who's had a little opening, but the quarterback has not had time to sit back there and thread the needle.
That's right. Monteith wide open. I give you the wrong number. It was Monteith instead of Huey. He was wide open. The quarterback just couldn't connect with him, Don.
Under center.
High formation, 3rd and 1. Straight up the middle. Not much, but he's got the first down. Down to about the 32. That's enough for the first down. The fullback on the carry.
Got enough for the first down.
That's number 43 for the Warriors. At being
Ben Collins and Michael
Omar
Rhythm, on the stop.
Shamichael
Not
Connor.
until the
For
first
Omar
down.
Wilson, excuse me.
First and 10 for the Warriors on the Wildcat 32.
First down for Senatobia. 9:58 to go. They trail 13-0. Trying to get back in it right here. Drew Oakley comes up to the line. Oakley, a senior quarterback who came into his own toward the end of the season last year, according to some Senatobia folks. Here's the fullback off the right side, number 30, Bateman on the carry.
Maurice Bateman.
Good low running that
Initially
time,
hit by number 17.
and a gain of about 6 yards.
To break free for
Make it
3 more
5.
yards.
2nd down, 5 yards to go
It'll be 2nd and 5 now.
for Senatobia.
On the Wildcat 27.
Warriors on the move after the fumble in Wildcat territory. Split back formation. Oakley back to throw, looking left. Throws complete. He's got a man headed for the end zone. Touchdown for Ken Jones, number 40.
Ken Jones on the pass.
Just a little quick out in the flat. He was all alone against the defender. Caught it, cut it back inside, and he was untouched for the touchdown. Senatobia right back in the ball game.
Don, we've been talking about it the whole first half, that sooner or later they're going to get that break, and that time he was wide open, and one counter step, and he was gone. Touchdown for the Warriors, and they're right back in the game, 13-6.
A holding will be number 8, Shane Oakley.
61, the all-purpose man, Stuart House, who made an interception earlier, been in on a lot of tackles. He'll attempt the extra point to try to make it 13-7. Kick is up. He nailed it. Off the bathrooms over there, Billy. And it's 13-7. Wildcats now.
And the kick is good.
And as you said, the big fumble turned this one around, and Senatobia right back in it. And you know, you don't want to question the defensive philosophy of Coach Ray. He's a fine coach. but you have to think about maybe going to a zone. And, of course, they are attack defense. They like to go after the quarterback, but there's too many one-on-one coverage and too many opportunities Senatobia has had, and they finally calculated the play and came through.
That's right, Don, and little misunderstanding on the part of the Wildcats.
Wildcats will be Anthony Armstrong.
They can't let that touchdown bother them. They got to play their game like they've been playing all night long. And so we'll have to see what kind of adjustments are made. As you were talking about the defense, maybe going to a zone, you're going to have to try something because the receivers for the Warriors are wide open. And sooner or later, Oakley's going to make connection.
That's right. Oakley going to a quick three-step drop, able to get off the pass that time. And it's going to be hard for the Wildcats to get to him when he's only dropping back 3 steps and gunning the quick outs. That's what Senatobia will have to do here tonight.
Well, looks like we have a new kicker for the Warriors, number 9, Nick Mickens.
Nick Mickens will kick it off for the Warriors. Back deep, Santo Armstrong. He's a threat every time he touches the ball. He'll take it at the 10. He's up to the 20. He's got an opening. He's to the 40. All the way to the 46-yard line. He had about 2 men to beat and could not get through there. And he shot out like a cannon all the way to the 46. Carlos Bell, who made the touchdown, was the only guy that stopped him. And that brings back memories, Billy, of the long run back against Okolona last year.
That's right, Don. And Carlos Bell made a touchdown saving tackle there because, like he said, Armstrong saw the opening, he saw the end zone, and he was gone.
1st and 10 at the 46 for the Wildcats.
Armstrong.
And if Senatobia folks have not heard of Santo Armstrong, they have now. Here's Tucker on the option. Bad play by Tucker. Ball's on the ground. Senatobia has it. Not a wise decision by the senior quarterback, Jerome Tucker, trying to do too much.
Looks like he fished it back and it was recovered, a fumble.
1st down, Senatobia, the 3rd turnover for the Wildcats here in the 1st half.
Jones, number 40 of the Warriors.
And you just cannot afford to do that.
3rd turnover by the Wildcats. 1st and 10 for the
Senatobia
Wildcats.
now, with 8:27 to go, has a chance to take the lead. If they can punch it in here, good field position. A lot of men on the line for Calhoun City. Handoff to the fullback, and he pounds his way down to the 43-yard line. Number 30,
number 52,
and 31, Matthew Harrison, the fullback.
Santo Armstrong, Collins and Armstrong, and others.
We'll make it number 30, Maurice Bateman.
3.5 yards.
2nd down and 4. I'll make it 6 for the Warriors.
On the Wildcat 44.
And the 2 turnovers have gotten the Senatobia crowd into the game across the way. They brought a good many folks down here for their opening game of the season. Big game in Water Valley tonight. We'll talk about that a little bit later in the broadcast. Oxford and Water Valley. Should be a good one.
Formation.
Play action, back to throw. Bale is open again. Lobs it up there. He's down to the 15 to the 10. 5, down to the 1-yard line. They're going to mark him out at the 2.
Jerome Tucker on the
Carlos Bale
yard line.
beat Jerome Tucker down the sidelines. And the Warriors are passing Calhoun City to death.
Don, we said earlier, talking about if Oakley could make connection, and that's twice he's made connection with Jones, and for big yardage, one for a touchdown, and that one almost a touchdown. And the coverage from the defense of Calhoun City, there's going to have to be a change. There's going to have to be some settling down, and they're going to have to pick their man up, or else this thing could turn around real quick.
You're exactly right, and not only for this week, but not to lessen the passing game of Senatobia, which is very good, but next week it's going to be a whole different level because seeing Oxford play, they have an unbelievable passing attack. Receivers that are out of this world quick and have great leaping ability, and a good senior quarterback who has a great arm. So, you know, you talk to Coach Ray, though, and he has a tough schedule, but this really doesn't matter. You want to win, but you get to those division games when it counts, and that's what's going to count toward the state championship.
That's right, Don, and they sort of like preparing themselves here in these first 4 or 5 games and they've made a couple of mistakes here in the early going of the first half here that they need to work on, because like you said, going down the stretch, those type of mistakes will hurt, and they will hurt real bad.
Senatobia just took a timeout, and while we got a break, Billy, you got some few sponsors to go over with us right now. We've already talked about some of them. We have some other proud sponsors we want to mention now as well.
That's right, Don. Calhoun Apparel Incorporated helping make the broadcast possible tonight, along with Kelwood Company and Kelwood Factory Outlet. Also, Heilig Myers Furniture in Oxford, and also Rebel Incorporated also at Oxford. Some fine sponsors making this broadcast possible, and I want to remind you to go by these sponsors and let them know you appreciate them sponsoring high school football action here on your local sports connection, TV7, TV34.
Okay, Senatobia knocking on the door. First and goal at the 2. And we'll see if the Wildcat defense can stiffen right here.
Under center, two-man backfield, I formation.
Big defensive line in there. I formation for Oakley. Give to the fullback, Bateman. He's in there, touchdown. A 2-yard run for Maurice Bateman.
In for the score.
And the momentum has shifted.
13-13 with the PAT coming
And we're all tied up 13 apiece with 7:18 to go first half. And Senatobia has only taken them 4 minutes and 42 seconds to score 2 touchdowns. Both short drives after turnovers by Calhoun City. And Billy, you know, I don't care who you're playing, it doesn't matter. If you turn the ball over 3 times, you're in a lot of trouble.
That's right, especially the big turnover, the fumble, and the momentum was already going toward the Warriors. And there you have it. Hey, momentum changed. The turnovers from the Wildcats results in 13 points. The extra point, the point after, was missed. But hey, the momentum has definitely switched across to the other side of the field, and the Wildcats are going to have to bounce off of this and take advantage of, you know, just wipe out the mistakes they've made and go ahead, because there's still a lot of football left here tonight.
That's exactly right. So the first quarter dominated by Calhoun City. So far, Senatobia has dominated the second quarter. And let's cut you to a station break, hear from some more of our sponsors. We'll be right back with more right after this.
Armstrong.
Welcome back to Calhoun City. We're all tied up 13-13. Nick Mickens kicking it off.
There's a kick.
And it's a good kickoff. Santo catches it over his shoulder at the 4-yard line. He's up to the 10, 15, 20, cuts it back, drops at the 24-yard line. 3 Warriors were there. 35 was there. That's Carlos Bell, along with DePriest Ingram
Mario Hawkins
and Mario Hawkins.
Catcher numbers.
Don, the Wildcats got away with a big one there. One of the blocking, one of the guys going downfield blocking, it was an illegal block, and he got away with it. The Senatobia coaching staff caught it, but the officials didn't. A big break, else it'd be backed up 15 yards, Don.
Looked as though Tyrone Fox, number 23, may have been shaken up on the play. He came back to the bench holding his nose. Hopefully he's okay. And they're tending him over on the bench now. Tucker straight up the middle on the sneak. And a good gain up the middle of the 28-yard line.
6 yards on that play, down to the 30
Gain of 4.
29-yard line.
Make it 5. Second down and 5 yards to go.
Quarterback keeper.
Shun Brooks was there for the Warriors,
Stopped him there.
along with Bateman. Checking in with the play, Pittman and number 6, Denton. Second down and 5.
Tucker under center.
I formation, Cook and Armstrong behind Tucker. Tucker looks over the D, runs the option to Cook up the middle. First down to the 36-yard line. Brought down by Corey Sims and Stuart House once again. Also there, Maurice Bateman. First down for the Wildcats. Remove the chains.
Maurice Bateman.
We're about halfway through the second quarter of
But
play.
Not until he's picked up a first down. First
And we
10
have a
with Maurice
timeout
down.
on the field,
Heat
official
timeout.
calling a heat timeout.
With 6:08 to go in the first
And
half.
the heat timeout took a new name on Saturday up at Ole Miss because they really needed those timeouts. It's a lot cooler here tonight than it was Saturday.
Don, we want to take a look at some more of our sponsors tonight. Bonnie's Pageant and Formal Wear. also Cole Jewelry in Bruce, Warehouser Incorporated, also Brian Yaw at Calhoun City Telephone Company and all the staff for all the updated phone features. See all the folks at Calhoun City Telephone Company. Crocker's Pharmacy, another fine sponsor of tonight's ball game. Also A.D. Blunt and the staff at Medlift Mobility, and also the folks at Blunt's Cleaners, fine sponsors of tonight's broadcast. People's Bank and Trust, Mr. Eddie Wood and all the folks there. Also Calhoun Apparel Incorporated, Heilig Myers Furniture in Oxford, Rebel Incorporated Oxford, and Kelwood Factory Outlet, all bringing this high school football action to you tonight on TV7, TV 34. Good to be back with you, Don.
Thank you, Billy. You as well, and we're looking forward to a great 1995 season. Have a lot of good teams in this area, and you talked about coming from Pontotoc earlier. Pontotoc beat Houston 40-0 last week, and they've got one of the best teams in the state, and I know they're pointing toward next week's battle with #1 ranked Amory. That should be a good one.
That's right, Don, and also speaking of Pontotoc, Pontotoc, one of the county schools, is in this division this year. North Pontotoc, well, South Pontotoc too, isn't they? Aren't they? And so, you know, bringing, I know some of those folks, and you know, get a lot of riff-raff going between each other, and they're looking forward to playing the Wildcats and the Trojans and the Rams. Matter of fact, the North Pontotoc Vikings are playing the Vardaman Rams tonight.
That's exactly right. Should be a good game right there. They have a good running back by the name of Corey Lipsy, who had a good year last year, over 1,000 yards. He's back for his senior year. Here's Tucker on the option. Pitches to Santo. Santo had to pick one tackle. He's down the sideline to the 50. He might go all the way. Touchdown, Armstrong. Woo! Santo Armstrong, touchdown. Seeing runs like that, Billy, make you wish you had a statistician just to know how many yards this guy's got already. He's probably over 100 yards already for this game.
Don, Mark Leisure had a hand on Santo back up around the 40-yard line, and hey, when he broke the tackle, he seen the end zone, and about the time you were saying he could go all the way, Ken Jones was trying to cut him off across, and he just couldn't make it. And hey, what a fine play on the part of Santo Armstrong.
Anthony Moore holding. Didn't the kick.
After the kick, they're shot. Here's the extra point. No, they're going to fake it. Into the end zone. Touchdown to Tucker. And there's a rarity. Tucker catching a touchdown pass. Two-point conversion was good. And you take a look at the sidelines. Chad Cook was a little bit shaken up on that last play. He's up and about, though. He's okay. And it did not take long for the Wildcats to regain the lead, 21-13. And Billy, I've been watching high school football for a long time, and I don't think I've seen a player more exciting than Santo Armstrong.
I tell you what, Don, every time he touches the ball, you know, it just starts, the heart starts pumping because no telling what he's going to do. Showing some great poise as far as he fumbled early, and it turned into a Warrior touchdown, and instead of dropping his head down, he came back with some 60-yard touchdown scamper.
As Frank Laster said last year, this guy makes his heart beat so fast he thought he was going to have to check himself into the hospital. You know, you feel like that every time you see him, as you said, touch the ball. He's got a chance to go all the way. Of course, having a 100-yard game last week, he's keeping that streak alive. There's the short kick up to the 25, the 30. Ball is taken away by the Wildcats. He took it right out of his hand. Number 28 took it away. We do not have a listing on who that is. 28 for the Wildcats.
Looks like Tyrone Fox recovered the in-air fumble. Referee's timeout, injury timeout.
28 had the ball. He took it right away from Ken Jones.
Kind of winded on that play. I hope he's not hurt.
And Ken Jones is shaking up a little bit on the play. So the Wildcats have the ball back again in excellent field position. Another turnover in this game. We've already seen 5 so far between the two teams.
That's heads-up play on the part of Fox. couple of Wildcats had already hit him, and he hadn't gone down, and Fox, instead of hitting him, just reached in and popped the ball out, sort of like a fly ball in the outfield, and he took it. And Wildcats, once again, great field position, ball resting about the 33-yard line inside Warrior territory. And Wildcats coming off the big 60-yard run from Santo have a chance to once again blow it wide open again, Don.
First down Wildcats. 5 minutes and 20 seconds to go from the 34-yard line. I formation for Cook and Armstrong behind Tucker. Here's the give up the middle to Cook. Ball fell loose. Tucker fell on it back at the 35. It's going to be a loss of 1 on the play. Tucker has had some trouble here tonight.
Don, you give the Warrior defensive front line credit because they're blowing hard off the snap and pushing the offensive, the guards and tackles back into Tucker, and it's sort of a lot of confusion going on. Instead of the offensive line taking the defense backwards, the defensive line for the Warriors really coming on strong back to Tucker.
Of course, if you watch the coaches show tonight, you know we talked about how Senatobia has one of the most solid defenses in their league and in North Mississippi. Long pass, that's going to be incomplete. That's going to be against Calhoun City. Damon Campbell just pushed the Senatobia player right out of the way. That's going to be offensive.
Don, I was just going to say that not a heads-up play on the part of Campbell. The ball was overthrown. Nobody was going to catch the ball, and he should have just let it go to the ground. But that's probably going to be offense. No, defense.
Defensive pass.
Big break there for Calhoun City. It looked as though Campbell just reached out and pushed the defender, but a break for the Wildcats, 15 yards. And so a big break moves the ball to the 20-yard line. First down and 10 yards to go for Calhoun City.
Don, all I know to say on that one is maybe there was some contact made prior to Campbell pushing the defensive man. That's all that can be saw because it was obvious that the offensive pass interference.
I formation. Here's the give to Cook. Cook was met that time by 66, Corey Sims.
He stopped.
Not many times do you see Chad Cook
Corey Sims on a good stop.
met like that, but Sims, a big guy in himself.
On the play. Bring up second down and 13 on
Sims
the 23.
comes in at 240, and he made the stop there.
Loss of 1 yard on the play. Second down and
1 yard loss. Second down 11 from the 21 for the Wildcats. I formation once again. Wide receivers go wide to the right.
Tucker split
That's
right.
Tucker. Back to throw is Jerome Tucker. He's under some pressure. Dodges it. Rolls right. He's going to run. Nowhere to go. Drop for a loss.
On the 25 by number 70.
By 70, DePriest Ingram and Mario Hawkins.
79.
A loss of 3 for Jerome Tucker. And Senatobia really needs to stop right here. They can't afford to go down 2 touchdowns here with 3:20 to go in the first half of play. Calhoun City hasn't been known in the past for a great kicking game. They have a new kicker this year, Daniel Denton, but it may be a little bit far, so this may be 4-down territory for the Wildcats. 21-13 is the score. Split back formation now. Timeout, Calhoun City.
Timeout call by
They
the
did
Cats.
not like something. They may not have had enough men on the field. I'm not sure.
No, they didn't, Don. Overheard Coach Ray saying who was supposed to have been in there. And maybe a young player that hadn't been playing, you know, as far as not a lot of playing time. And those are things that you've got to iron out because those timeouts come in handy a lot of times toward the end. You don't want to waste them up front. So that's some things that need to be ironed out on the part of some of these younger players.
Billy, I know you said you watched the game last weekend at Ole Miss. Let's talk a little bit about a big battle for all of our Water Valley fans out there. They're playing Oxford tonight down at Death Valley. That should be a great game. I'd love to be there. Of course, we had a lot of good games this weekend, so we couldn't be there, but that's going to be a dogfight, or was a dogfight here tonight. I don't know the final on that, but it should have been a dandy, Oxford against Water Valley.
That's right, Don. Just from seeing both teams play last week at Ole Miss, both teams looked to be a very strong coach team, very disciplined on the part of both offense and defense for the Chargers and also for the Blue Devils. So, like you said, should be a dogfight at Death Valley tonight.
Of course, Water Valley's in the same division with the Senatobia team. Water Valley, defending champion in their division.
15 yards to go for first down.
Picked to finish third this year behind Senatobia and Independence. Tucker back to throw in the pocket. Lobs it up left side. It is incomplete.
Cannot hold on.
Good call by the official, a no call. Both players going for the ball. And it was intended for Stovall. Wildcats, you know, Billy, have a lot of good talent at the wide receiver spot, but they don't have the type of receiver that they had last year, the big play type threat.
No, Kendall Robertson, on a play like that, he would have made it to the ball, and he made some outstanding catches. Don't know if he's going to see any playing time this year. Have you heard?
I really don't know. I think last time I heard they were playing him on defense, but I'm not sure if he's playing receiver or defensive back. He may be redshirted this year with all the talent that Mississippi State has at wide receiver, and Eric Moles and some of the other guys down there.
There's a snap.
Back to throw. Tucker under pressure. Fumbled again. It's going to be picked up by Senatobia. It's a race between the linemen. Can Tucker catch him? He might. Down the 1 yard line. Big number 70. DePriest Ingram picked it up. And this is very uncharacteristic of a senior quarterback, Jerome Tucker. One of the biggest struggles that he has had in any game that we have seen over the last 3 years. He has really struggled turning the ball over for the third time here tonight.
It's one thing we can say, Don, you don't get to see what we just saw every weekend, linemen running the ball, linemen trying to make the tackle. And if it had not been for Tucker, that was 6 points for the defensive lineman for the Warriors.
Most linemen don't get a lot of recognition, but DePriest Ingram picked that ball up, and now they're only 2 yards away from a chance to tie this up. Drew Oakley with the I formation gives to the fullback Bateman. He's stacked up by the black and orange of the Wildcats. Michael Wortham was there for the Wildcats. Second down and goal to go.
Back to about the 3.
They actually going to call a loss on the play.
Wildcats 3.
So it's second down and goal at the 3 yard line.
We get to see what the defense is made of here. Anytime a team gets backed up in their own back door, you get to see what they're made of.
Second and goal for the Warriors on the 3 yard line. Wildcats.
And 40, Ken Jones all alone out there against Damon Campbell. They try to pound it up the middle. Nowhere to go.
Host of Wildcats.
Senatobia signaling touchdown.
Third and goal on the 1 yard line.
But he did not get in. They're very close, though. Maybe less than a yard away from pay dirt.
Devon Phillips, Michael Wortham.
Third down and goal to go.
That almost send the play across if they run a quarterback sneak.
1 foot line. Warriors trying to bring this game closer, tied up perhaps with a 2-point conversion.
We will see if Coach Barrett takes your advice here, Billy. Go with a quarterback sneak on with the I formation.
Split right, 40.
Drew Oakley, the quarterback.
Jones,
No, fullback again, touchdown. Senatobia off the right guard. Between the right guard and the right tackle went Maurice Bateman, senior fullback at 170 pounds. And now look for Senatobia to go for 2 and try to tie it. And they're going to use their final timeout of the half, I believe.
With 1 minute left to play.
Down 21-19, only a minute to go in the first half. In what has been full of turnovers, but still a very exciting football game.
That's right, Don. There's been some bad mistakes made on the part of both teams, you might as well say. But both teams have capitalized on it. They've come back. They've kept their head up. And hats off to the guys from Senatobia. I mean, they could have very easily hung their head and said, well, it's all over with. But, hey, they've come back strong. And what was a blowout earlier turned in now to be a barn burner, Don.
You're exactly right about that. A high-scoring football game already 40 points here in just the first half alone. And really, if you look at the score, you'd think offense is dominated, but really, every time the teams have scored, they've had excellent field position because of turnovers and good plays by the defense.
21-19. It looks like the
Most recently, the big play by DePriest Ingram with the long fumble return of over 45 yards. I want to mention a good-sized crowd here tonight at Calhoun City for their opening game.
Quarterback split left.
They should send a large crowd to Oxford next weekend as well. Oakley rolling right, throws, good. Two-point conversion is good. We're tied at 21 apiece with a minute to go in the first half. Senatobia comes through. As you can hear their crowd across the way. And we're all deadlocked, 21 apiece.
Don, I don't think it would be a good idea to take the cameras in the locker room at halftime because going to have a prayer meeting come halftime on the part of both teams because there's been some mental mistakes made that cost you the ball game, and I'm sure both coaching staffs are going to be saying, hey, guys, we got to tighten up. If we do this, it's going to be a final score of 100 to 99. I mean, we can't keep turning the ball over. We can't keep making those mental mistakes. So you can look for both teams to come out more secure probably in the second half, Don.
So here's the kickoff coming up for Mickens.
Here comes the kick by Mickens. It's going deep down the center.
He kicks it deep. Armstrong takes it at the 2. Here he comes straight up the middle. Armstrong up to the 30-yard line.
The middle to the 30-yard line. He was stopped by
Coach Ray out on the field. Thought it might have been a spearing penalty
number 6, Jerry
against
Gardner.
Senatobia. No flag, though.
I've noticed, Don, not only in high school, but in the preseason, in the NFL, that's something they're tightening down on, is that going in head first. And just as the Wildcats got away with a illegal block earlier, the Warriors got away with a spearing call there, Don.
That's right. Helmet not made for hitting with, it's made to protect you. 1st and 10 from the 30. Plenty of time for the Wildcats, 40 seconds.
Tucker underneath.
See if they go with Santo on the sweep. No, Tucker to throw. Tucker under a little bit of pressure. He's going backwards. He's got to get rid of it. And still on his feet. And finally dropped. Not a wise play by Tucker.
The 18-yard line.
You cannot afford to run backwards. Even if you complete a pass there, Billy, it's going to be for a loss. And
83.
Tucker's really struggled here in the first half. Shun Brooks was there to make the stop along with Sims.
Defensive coverage by the Warriors in the backfield.
Only 2 seconds to go. That's the end of the first half.
And that's going to run out the
And a wise decision by Coach Ray to run out the clock in what has been a very exciting first half filled with mistakes by both offenses, and both offenses able to capitalize on the other team's mistakes. We're tied at 21 here at the end of the first half, and let's go over the sponsors right quick once again there, Billy.
We want to thank Bonnie's Pageant and Formal Wear for making this broadcast possible, along with Bruce Cole and all the folks at Cole Jewelry in Bruce. Also Warehouser Incorporated, also Calhoun City Telephone Company. And the Calhoun City Telephone Company is more than your local telephone company. They're your one-stop shop for all types of business communication technology. As part of TDS Telecom, a national communications company, they feature a selection of modern telephone systems and other business communication tools to maximize your productivity. Their central office uses 100% digital technology, so your calls and data, the transmission travel fast and error-free around the corner or around the world. Call Calhoun City Telephone Company today at 628-5151 to find out how they can meet your business technology needs at 628-5151. Also, Crocker's Pharmacy, proud sponsor of tonight's ball game, along with Medlift Mobility and Blunt's Cleaners. The People's Bank and Trust Company of Calhoun City, also Calhoun Apparel Incorporated, Kelwood and Kelwood Factory Outlet, along with Heilig Myers Furniture in Oxford, and Rebel Chevrolet of Oxford. Exciting first half of action. Turnovers, big plays, all equals to the score at halftime, 21-21. And I'm sure both teams getting a good talking to at halftime. And we're going to take you to a station break. We'll be back with some halftime entertainment right after these messages.
Welcome back to Calhoun City as we look at the Calhoun City Band about ready to take the field across the way. And we'll take you down to the field here in just a few moments for the halftime festivities. The Wildcat Band making their debut here on the home field. 21-21 the score at the halftime. Here from Calhoun City, we're looking forward to a great second half. Now let's go down and take a look at the Calhoun City Marching Band.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Calhoun City High School Band.
And there you took a look at the Calhoun City Marching Band entertaining during the half. We're about 6 minutes away from the start of the second half. As you take a look at a close look at some of the band members. Good sized crowd here tonight for the Wildcats Senatobia game here tonight, the home opener of the season. We mentioned earlier next week Calhoun City will play at Oxford. Bruce will be at home to take on Houston. So we got a couple of good games for you next weekend on TV 7, TV 34 as well. Hope you've enjoyed the first half action. Let's cut you to a station break now. We'll be back with the second half kickoff right after these messages. Welcome back to Calhoun City. We're ready for the second half of play. Mickens kicks it off. Another good kick. Santo takes it at the 3. He's up the middle of the field. Coming to the left side. Up to the 20. Spins and is dropped at the 21-yard line.
From number 7, Jody Jennings. And number 82.
Let go.
82, Karanja Newsom.
Good coverage that time by the Warriors as they stopped Santo at the 21-yard line. So the Wildcats will go on offense 1st and 10 after deferring their option until the second half. So they get the ball to start the second half. We're all tied 21-21.
Opening minutes of the third quarter, tied up 21.
New quarterback in for the Wildcats. That's number 4, Anthony Moore, a junior. 6 foot 180, hands it off to Cook up the middle. Cook still pounding to the 26-yard line. Gain of 5. Tackle made by Mario Hawkins, along with Stewart House. And Stewart House has to be getting close to double figures in tackles.
About 5-6 yards.
Here tonight, we have called his name a bunch.
Opening series,
Second down, 5 yards to go for the Wildcats. Herod goes wide to the right, Pittman in the slot. Calhoun City has not thrown the ball very much tonight. Here goes Armstrong, right side. He's to the 30, 35, 40. He's all the way to the 43-yard line. First down, Wildcats, they'll move the chain.
Yes, good run by Armstrong. Good blocking by that front leading blockers out there.
Nick Mickens, the kicker, was in on the stop. Also doubles as a defensive player.
Nick Mickens and Corey Sims on the stop.
Corey Sims was also there for the Warriors.
First and 10 now for the Cats.
First down, Wildcats at the 44-yard line. Make it the 43. Just underway second half. We're all tied 21-21. And that's going to be against the left tackle for the Wildcats. That'll be an illegal procedure.
Both sides there. We'll see who it
And Billy, that's one of the few penalties we have seen tonight. We have seen a couple of late hits, maybe, but not too many penalties against the offense.
No, we hadn't done, and that's one thing on the positive side that the coaches could look at. But on a drive, when the momentum's going your way, and you know, a lineman, they're ready to get off the ball, but they've got to wait. They've got to wait to that signal, and that time, one of the linemen for the Wildcats just a little bit too anxious.
First down and 15. Stovall pitches it left to Santo. Flag on the play. And he is dropped at the 40-yard line. That's Anthony Moore, excuse me.
9-yard line, but there is a flag on the play.
Billy tells me it looked like a holding penalty. He might have saw it. We'll wait for the official call here in just a moment.
House on the stop.
Came from the line judge, threw it from the sideline.
There's a flag on the play.
And he's pointing at someone in the backfield, so it is indeed against Calhoun City. Anthony Moore, the quarterback.
Blocking below the knees.
I said Stovall, but it's Moore. Stovall, the wide receiver. So that'll back them on up some more.
So following back-to-back penalties against the Wildcats, it will now be first down and 30.
Clipping or chop block. So it'll be first down, 30 yards to go.
Cats first down on their own 28-yard line. First and 30.
Donna just noticed Jerome Tucker's got his pads off on the side. He must have got shaken up in the first half.
We'll try to get an update on that if we can. Swing pass to Santo. He cuts it back to the 20, 25. Grabbed by the jersey. Fumble. Senatobia has recovered at the 28-yard line.
Recovered on the Wildcat 30-yard line.
And Coach Ray has to be wondering what else can go wrong. 4 turnovers now in just over one half of play. Or 5 turnovers make it. at 4 in the first half.
So following the serious penalties and the pushback and now the fumble, the Warriors have real good field
So
position.
Senatobia will have it
Of the third quarter.
at the 28-yard line of Calhoun City.
Wildcats 29.
And this is a lot of turnovers for a Calhoun City offense that is pretty much a veteran bunch in the backfield at least. But they've struggled tonight. Handoff Kathy. Got a big opening. And he's down to the 5 flag on the play. Maybe a face mask. Not sure. It is going to be a face mask, I believe. But it's first and goal for Senatobia. If the play stands.
Stop, but not until after about a 25.
Anthony Moore, number 4, finally brought him down for the Cats.
Face mask against
It is a face mask. That'll be half the distance to the goal.
Looks like the flag is right on the 15-yard line.
So that'll make it deep in Calhoun City territory. As you take a look at Jerome Tucker out of uniform for the second half.
Half the distance to the
And he
goal.
may be shaken up as we mentioned earlier.
That will be first and 3.
It doesn't look like he will play in the second half.
Wildcat 3-yard line.
First and 3 to go from the 3-yard line. I formation.
Jones split left, Oakley under center.
Bateman and Kathy in the backfield. Here's Bateman up the middle. He's pushing, but not much running room.
By 2 Wildcats.
Gain of maybe a yard.
Number 80. Devon Phillips.
Phillips was on the tackle.
And Britt Stovall on the stop.
And Billy, we just got an update from one of the Wildcat fans. Said that Jerome Tucker was feeling ill. It's not anything physical as far as, his body's concerned. He's just feeling ill, so he's out of the game for the remainder of the second half. Tough break there for the Wildcats, even though he has struggled.
Bell split right.
He is a good quarterback. Handoff, touchdown, Warriors. Maurice Bateman once again.
And for the first time tonight,
And Senatobia has taken the lead for the first time, 27 to 21. And this is the shocked Wildcat crowd. And they haven't seen their team lose very often in the last few years.
Stuart House will be kicking for the extra point.
Still a long way to go, 27-21. Extra point coming up for Stuart House.
Shane Oakley will be holding.
Oakley is the holder. Shane Oakley. Here's a snap. Bad snap. Loose on the field. Oakley's going to try to throw it in. Lobs it up. It's good. Oakley lobbed it over the top to Carlos Bell, who is shaken up on the play. The official calling for the trainer. I'm not sure they even see him.
Stand by one.
As they're celebrating the touchdown.
We got an injured man on the field, please. For the Warriors.
Carlos Bell
Have an injured man on the field.
might have come down on his ankle the wrong way. But it is in a two-point conversion.
If he's not seriously hurt.
As you take a look at him down in the corner of the end zone.
So it seems like it's been a game of bumbles. The extra point attempt, the ball was fumbled by the holder who picked it up, ran to
So
the
it's
right.
29 to 21 Senatobia. And I've noticed down on the bench now, Billy, Jerome Tucker does have his uniform back on. He may try to go here tonight. Being the senior leader of this team, even though he's ill, he may try to see if he can play some football here in the second half.
That's right, Don, and it's good to see Carlos Bell, the senior wingback and defensive back for the Warriors, going off on his own strength. And that was a heads-up play on the part of Shane Oakley. He is listed in the program as a quarterback, and it was a bad snap. Instead of falling on it, going backwards, he rolled out and found Carlos Bell in the end zone for the two-point conversion. And Warriors now with a 8-point lead.
That's exactly right, and neither team has had a long, consistent drive tonight. They have taken advantage of turnovers. There's another good kick. Santo will take it at the 3-yard line, up to the 20. He's got an opening down the sideline to the 30, cuts it back to the 35-yard line.
Travis Richardson.
First down and 10 to go.
Travis Richardson on the stop.
Travis Richardson made the stop.
Armstrong from about the 1-yard line up to
And
the
also Nathan Oakley was there.
Put it in play first and 10.
And Billy, you have to wonder why Senatobia just kicked the ball out of bounds and let him have it at the 35, because every time you put it into Santo's hands, it's a chance he might go all the way.
That's right, and I tell you what, he is a big gun, so to speak. Anytime that Santo gets his hands on the ball, if he sees the opening, as quick as he is, he's going to get 15, 20 yards, and and that was a nice bit of blocking on the part of the wall coming up, giving Santo the freedom to go. And we see the Warriors have another injured player down on the field. That's number 9. That's going to be Nick Mickens, and he's going off on his own power, and a lot of cramps. The temperature, you know, is still real hot, and so things you expect to see in the opening games of the high school football season when the weather has not quite got the football weather.
Of course, the Mickens, being the kicker, was down there on the tackle. Good hustle by him. First down, Wildcats. Crowd starting to get in the ball game, trying to rally their Wildcats. I formation. 5-2 defensive front for Senatobia. Tucker back in the game on the option. It's Santo. He's to the 40. He's to the 45. Drops at the 48-yard line. Ken Jones was the only man that could stop him, and he did. Santo Armstrong with a gain of about 18 yards, I believe, unofficially.
Don, even though Jerome Tucker, we took a look at him earlier without his pads on, even though he wasn't feeling well, you see the type leadership he's got. He wanted to contribute any way he could, and he's back under center and ran the option like nothing was wrong that time, Don.
First and 10 to go. Tucker looks over the defense. 5-2 front for Senatobia. Handoff to Cook. Cook to the 50. Dropped at the 50-yard line. Gain of about 3 on the play. Just inside Senatobia territory. Richardson made the stop for the Warriors. Gain of about 2.5 yards. Second down, call it 7.
Cook with the ball, pickup of about 3 or 4. The second down and 6.
7:30 to go, third quarter of play. Crowd making some noise down below us. Second and 7. I formation for Tucker. Tucker fumbles again. Ball's loose. He picks it up and gets back to the line of scrimmage. Maybe even got a yard out of it.
Number 40 on the stop.
A good job by Tucker to pick up the ball. Ken Jones was there again, along with Richardson.
On the stop. The ball was somewhat fumbled, but
that'll bring up third down.
Was made on the play.
7 yards to go for the Cats. Big third down play coming up right here.
No, Don, Tucker sending Fleming wide to the right. Fleming wide open over on the right side. If some way they could get it to him, we'll wait and see.
We have not seen much passing tonight by the Wildcats. Here's a handoff to Cook. He's going to be short of the first down by about 2 yards. 2 to 3 yards shy at the 45.
Brought down by a host of Warriors, number 30.
And here comes a crucial decision for Coach Mike Ray.
30, Maurice Bateman.
And he looks like he's going to go for it on 4th down and 3. If you do not make it, you give Senatobia excellent field position. But he has to feel good about his running game here tonight.
Would appear that the Cats are going for it.
Pittman will go wide to the right. Wide to the left comes Herod. 4th down and 3. I formation for Tucker. Tucker on the option. Pitches to Santo. He can't get to the corner, and he didn't make it. Drop for a loss. Ken Jones again. And if he had to pick an MVP, Ken Jones would be the man here so far tonight for Senatobia, both offensively and defensively.
Oh, yeah.
And Billy, as you take a look at Charles Barkley, looks like he's here tonight. Maybe he decided to lose some weight in the offseason, and he's been predicting he was going to retire for 3 or 4 years. Maybe he finally did it and decided to come to Calhoun City to spend the rest of his career.
He's campaigning for his governor's position.
Split back formation. Handoff to Kathy. Kathy stacked up for a loss of a yard by number 32, Bernard Sykes. 6'3", 245, only a freshman. This guy's going to be a dandy before he's through here at Calhoun City.
I'll tell you, Don, now's the time for the Calhoun City defense to take a stand and push the Warriors back, because they're trailing, and they're going to have to do something and get the spark going, get the offense back out, and get some points on the board.
You know, Billy, this is not a, even though they do have some young players, this is a veteran football team. They've been through some tough games before, and so pressure should not bother them at all.
That's right, and under some new coaching this year, looks like they've got some exciting assistant coaches, and that excitement most of the time will spill over onto the players, and we're going to get to see here what takes place a second, and looks like about 11 for the first down for the Warriors to see just what the Calhoun City defense does here. We want to thank some of our sponsors, Don. Bonnie's Pageant and Formal Wear, along with Cole Jewelry, Warehouser, Calhoun City Telephone Company, Crocker's Pharmacy, Medley of Mobility, and Blunt's Cleaners, the People's Bank and Trust Company, also Calhoun Apparel Incorporated, along with Heilig Myers Furniture in Oxford, and Kelwood Company and Kelwood Factory Outlet in Calhoun City, and Rebel Incorporated in Oxford. Back to Don with more play-by-play. 29-21 your score, 5:58 remaining third quarter.
Thank you, Billy, and we're back now from a heat timeout
Second
by
and
the
10 and a
official.
half now for the Warriors on their own 47-yard line.
29-21 your score.
Oakley under.
You just joined us. You missed a lot of action.
Back to pass. He's
Back to throw down the middle of the field. Overshot him.
fingertips of number 21.
Intended for Kathy.
Keith Cathy. Just a
32 on the
Warriors.
hit. Bernard Sykes made the quarterback Oakley rush the ball.
That'll bring up third down in 10 and a half. Still on the 47.
And it's a good thing that the Calhoun City defensive line has put pressure on the quarterback, because they have had guys wide open the entire evening. And that's something that you know Coach Ray and his staff will work on in the following week, is pass coverage. That has really hurt Calhoun City tonight.
Don, it'd be exciting here to see an Armstrong blitz around the left side.
Cathy split left.
And he is lined up at
Backfield.
outside linebacker.
Back to pass. He's
Back to throw. Got a man open. That's incomplete.
ball was deflected.
Intended for Ken Bale once again. Or Ken Jones, excuse me. And that's several that he has dropped tonight wide open, right into his hands.
So that will bring up fourth down following two incomplete passes.
So it's 4th down and 10.
By the Warriors.
And Senatobia
looks like they will be punting.
has elected to
Number 9,
punt.
Nick Mickens will be
And
kicking.
Santo
Number 22,
Armstrong back
Santo
deep to
Armstrong will be
receive.
deep to receive.
And I would probably kick it out of bounds
From his own 35
if I was
yard line is
Senatobia
Mickens.
right here. Try to hit it toward the corner.
There's the
Bad snap. It's over his head, back to the 20. He's got to get rid of it. He may punt it. He gets it off.
managed to get the kick away.
And it almost hit a Calhoun City player.
And
And it'll roll to the 34-yard line.
Mickens to evade the
Give Mickens a lot of credit,
and instead of being on their own 20-yard line,
as he was being chased that time,
from the Wildcats 35.
but was able to dodge the defender and get the kickoff.
Don, Tyrone Fox was going after the Warrior punter, and he just had too much momentum, and that could have been a big break for the Wildcats. But now a heads-up play on the part of the Warriors special teams, and it still puts the Wildcats back about the 33.
So the Wildcats have the ball back from their own 33-yard line. We'll see what the offense can do. 5:13 to go, third quarter. Fumble. Ball's loose. Senatobia has recovered. Unbelievable. And
Wildcat 32-yard line, number 43, Omar Wilson with the
Jerome
cover.
Tucker.
Omar Wilson with the cover.
Omar Wilson recovered. Jerome Tucker having one of his worst games of his career. The young man is feeling ill tonight, and it may be in the best interest
I believe
to
it's turnover number 5 for the Wildcats.
sit him out, because he is really struggling.
Pass interception.
He just cannot hold on to the football.
Or 4 for the Warriors.
Coach Ray talking to him right now. First and 10,
for the Wildcats.
Senatobia. Once again, the Wildcat defense will have to make a stand. Oakley to throw, has good protection. Throws over the middle, complete. Down to the 20, down to the 17. Number 87, Mac Monteith, the tight end.
Tackle and the cover by Jeremy.
A senior. Easel made the stop for Calhoun City.
So that will be first and
And that was heads-up play on the part of Drew Oakley. Had some pressure in the backfield. He scrambled out of it. Sort of reminds you of a young Archie Manning out there. Scrambling around, found his man Monteith down, and Warriors knocking on the door.
First and 10 to go for the Warriors at the 17 of Calhoun City. I formation, fumble.
himself and recover.
Recovered, though, by Drew Oakley. That'll be second down, 11 yards to go.
Quarterback gets recovered by Oakley for no gain, no loss.
If the Wildcats lose this game, they can go back to turnovers as being the key. 6 turnovers unofficially tonight, if I'm not mistaken. 1 interception and 5 fumbles. 3 of them by Jerome Tucker. I formation for the Warriors.
Oakley's underneath.
Bale comes wide to the right.
Backfield. There's a snap.
There's a snap. Cook got through, or Phillips rather, but could not make the tackle.
Stopped in there by number 72.
But he slowed him down just enough.
And Chad Cook.
And then Jennings and Cook came in to make the stop. A gain of 2 on the play is 3rd and 9.
Down the Warriors got away with a big one there because that was some movement on the offensive line. And smart play on the part of Drew Oakley for going ahead and getting the ball from center. But there was movement, and the Warriors get away with a big break, bring up a big 3rd down play. Now we'll see if the Wildcat defense can make a stand.
And the dangerous Ken Jones split wide to the left. He's got man-to-man coverage out there. Back to throw is Oakley. Hit as he throws. Incomplete. Flag on the play. That may be defensive pass interference.
Let's see what the flag is at the goal line.
And that would carry an automatic first down.
A good rush in there by the Wildcats.
Looks like it's going to be holding against Calhoun City, which will be a 10-yard penalty or half the distance. That is the call.
Defensive holding. Defensive holding.
So it'll be first and goal to go
Costly penalty against the
for
Wildcats.
Senatobia.
I don't know if it's 10 yards or whatever, but if it's just 10, it will not be enough for a first down.
Half the distance. We'll wait and see what the mark-off will be. 10-yard penalty from the 17.
Actually, it's half the distance to the goal line.
They're going to put it on the
And it is a
8.5-yard
first down, if I'm
line.
not badly mistaken.
First and 10 to go. Oh, no.
But it still is
3rd down.
holding 3rd down. Okay, 3rd
Very
down
fortunate
for
that
the
that was
Warriors.
holding and not
And
interference.
about 2. 3rd and 2 on the Wildcat.
Timeout, Senatobia.
Timeout, Warriors.
So they're going to use a timeout here to talk it over on 3rd down. And it looks like about 2 yards to go. The ball rests at the 9. They have to get to the 7 across the way. 3:02 remaining in the 3rd quarter of play in what has been a good ball game. Senatobia with an opportunity to take a 2-touchdown advantage. Up already 29-21, and they have shut down the Calhoun City offense here in the 3rd quarter. Billy, you got some more sponsors to go over with us?
Yeah, we want to thank Rebel Incorporated of Oxford, also Heilig Myers Furniture in Oxford, also Kelwood Company and Kelwood Factory Outlet here in Calhoun City, along with Calhoun Apparel Incorporated, the People's Bank and Trust Company, Medlift Mobility and Blunt's Cleaners, also Crocker's Pharmacy, Calhoun City Telephone Company, Warehouser Incorporated, Cole Jewelry in Bruce, and Bonnie's Pageant and Formal Wear in Bruce. Go by. Tell all the sponsors you appreciate them sponsoring high school football action here on TV7, TV 34. Other action from around the county going on tonight. Bruce hosting Winona. Vardaman is going up against North Pontotoc. Calhoun Academy traveled to Winona Academy tonight. And I think that just about wraps up the county action. And here we have a good game here. A a 29-21 ball game with 3:02 remaining third quarter. And Don, we'll see what the defense can do here on 3rd and short for the Warriors.
And assistant coach Mike Grant, you just saw out on the field, defensive coordinator for the Wildcats was out there talking to his bunch, trying to get them fired up to make a big defensive stop here. 3rd down and 2 yards to go. Bateman and Cathy in the backfield. Jones to the right. Jones goes in motion. Lines up at tight end now. Oakley trying to pull him off sides, and a flag down. That'll blow the play dead.
Trying to draw the Cats offside with a long count, but we do have a flag.
1st down for Senatobia.
Offsides Wildcat.
As Calhoun City, a little over anxious that time, jumped off sides. And that'll be a 1st down and goal to go at about the 4-yard line, half the distance to the goal.
Collins in, Jennings out. Offside Wildcats is enough for half the distance to the goal line to give them the 1st and goal at about the Wildcat 4.
So it will be 1st down and goal to go.
1st and goal, Warriors Wildcat 4-yard line.
For the Warriors.
Oakley underneath.
Flip back formation.
Jones and Cathy split right.
Oakley.
2-man backfield. There's the snap.
Hands it off to number 41. Left side, nowhere to go. Number 41
Couldn't see who hit him.
is Shamichael Connor.
A host of Cats are getting up.
First time we mention his name tonight. It'll be 2nd down
Chad Cook.
and goal from about the 3-yard line, it appears. Down on the right side.
Devon Phillips and Bernard Sykes.
3rd quarter winding down here.
2nd and goal on about the
Sykes was in on the tackle,
2-yard
along
line.
with some other Wildcats. Oakley comes up to the line, showing a lot of poise as the senior quarterback tonight. He's done a good job.
Jones split right, eye backfield.
Here's the option. Handoff, nowhere to go.
Chad Cook busting up the
Chad Cook was there to make the stop against the fullback, number 40, Ken Jones.
Cook on the stop.
And we've seen Jones, or make that Bateman, number 30.
No, 30.
So it will be
Bateman, who looks like he might
3rd
have played
down,
or something. He's being replaced
4
by-
yards to go. Loss of a yard on the play.
I don't have a number 2. Jones, Cathy.
4 wide receivers go to the left. No back. Oakley rolls to the left. Chased by Santo. Throws into the end zone. Incomplete.
Incomplete in the end zone.
That pass might have been just a little bit behind the intended receiver. And it'll be 4th down. And Ken Jones is slow getting up here.
Players down. Number 40, that's Jones.
And stay tuned toward the end of the game. Billy and myself, along with Rob, will be selecting the player of the game. So stay tuned for that a little bit later. And right now, the leading candidate for that award is limping off the field. And doesn't look good. They're having to carry him off.
Jones is being carried off the field. We certainly hope he's not hurt bad. Maybe it's just a cramp. Hopefully it's just a cramp.
They're going to try a field goal,
They're gonna try
it
for a
appears
field
here,
goal.
to try to get up by 2 scores.
Shane Oakley is holding, and number 9,
4th down
Mickens will be
and
kicking.
goal. There's a bad snap. The kick is up and good.
Kick is good.
Stuck through by number 61,
Stuart
Stuart House.
Stuart House for the field goal. And that brings
Another
the
candidate
down
for
to
the
32-21.
MVP award here tonight.
For the
And he has been a good kicker and a linebacker and everything here tonight for Stuart House. Only a junior, so he'll be back again next year for Senatobia. So it's 32-21, and Calhoun City did a good job. You got to give them a lot of credit to hold Senatobia to a field goal and stay in this ball game.
That's right, Don, and you were talking about the leader so far for the Warriors, Ken Jones. He's still down across the way.
Relieving Shane Cook. Back deep is Armstrong.
We'll wait the kickoff from the Warriors.
Damon Campbell.
The dangerous man is back deep,
Jeremy
and we'll see if they've done just like all night long. They've kicked it to him, and they've tried him, and we'll see what happens this time.
And you know what Santo has on his mind, and that's end zone. Standing at his own 5-yard line. Here's the kick by Mickens. And a good kick right to number 2, Campbell. Campbell to the 30, up to the 33. Still on his feet. He's to the 40, down to the 46. Excellent return by Damon Campbell. And Warrior players are going down all over the place.
Number 7 on the stop.
Another guy down on the field.
But Campbell made a good run there. All right, the Cats have a chance now. They've got it 1st and 10 from their
And
own.
I'm not sure who Senatobia plays next week, but their most important guy during the week might be their trainer, because I don't know if it's just a lot of cramps from the heat or what, but a lot of guys going down. That was number 6 shaking up. Jericho Garner going off the field. 1st and 10 Wildcats from the 46. And they did kick away from Santo Armstrong, but Damon Campbell with an excellent return. Just good power running.
Tucker under.
1st and 10 Wildcats. 2 wide receivers to the right. Cook and Santo in the backfield. Here goes Armstrong, looking for room. And he is going to be out of bounds at the 48-yard line.
With no flag.
Gain of a couple for Santo.
Carlos Bell, number 35, forcing him out of bounds.
Carlos Bell ran him out. It'll be 2nd down, 8 yards to go for the Cats.
A gain of about 3 yards for Armstrong. Bring up 2nd and 7.
Don, the Bugs have arrived.
You're right. That's exactly right. 2nd down, 8 yards to go for the Wildcats. Under a minute to go here in the 3rd quarter.
Split right backfield. Tucker underneath.
Tucker looks over the defense. 5 men across the front on a 5-3. Almost fumbled again. Tucker still on his feet to the 40, 35, 30. He's to the 20. Out of bounds at the 15-yard line. Caught at the 17. 1st and 10 Wildcats. Flag on the play. That's going to be costly against Mike Ray, I believe, for unsportsmanlike conduct.
All right, we got 2 flags on the play.
Coach Ray is highly upset. I think Coach Ray thought it might have been a late hit. No call. And Coach Ray came over to argue his case.
Speculate what they were, but I believe they were technicals.
Flag was against Coach Ray, no doubt. That's will be a huge penalty. You hate to see that. Wildcats trying to fire up this crowd, but if you're a referee, you've got to let the coach argue every now and then. You cannot be that quick to blow the whistle. Of course, we do not know what he said. We can't hear, but that was a very quick whistle by the official.
Let me tell you something, Don. I'm going to take up for Coach Ray on that one. That was a late hit on the out of bounds on the part of the Warrior defense. He had a right to argue the call. Like you said, an official should not be so quick to throw a flag like that. They've been in control of the game all night long. It's not like they're losing control of it.
It's unbelievable, Billy, that you can call 2 penalties for 30 yards. I've never seen that in my life, where a team could take 2 penalties. Most of the time you have to accept one, decline the other. A 30-yard penalty, that's huge. And it's unbelievable the official could do something like that. Not only call one, turn around and call the other one. That really hurts. And
brings it up to
we might see what we saw in Bruce last year, some officials getting out of here in a hurry at the end of this ball game.
Don, the momentum is on the Wildcat side. We're going to see what happens. Look for a big play from 22, Santo Armstrong.
Long way to go, though. 1st and 40. A 30-yard penalty has to be the longest I have seen in quite some time. Coach Ray has been ejected from the game. He's headed to the dressing room. So what a time for these young coaches to get some experience They're on the sidelines now, never having coached a game in their lives. A lot of them first-year coaches.
Double infraction, 2 personal fouls, 1 on the coach.
So we'll see what they will do here.
It's been removed from the game.
And I'm not sure if Coach Ray, it's not like baseball where you can go back and watch and call the plays. It's going to be hard to call from sitting in that dressing room, and you know he has to be highly upset to have to sit there and watch the 4th quarter from the dressing room.
I'm gonna tell you something, Don. This is a call that may very well go if they've got a board of officials, because that was 2 quick infractions, 2 quick penalty markers. I don't care if he's from Senatobia, from Calhoun City, wherever. That's showing I don't know, lack of. I'm lost for words. I don't know, Don.
We may not see that referee here in Calhoun City again this year. I know the coaches, I believe, are responsible for getting the official.
I don't know what's going on here.
If nothing else, it definitely got the crowd into the ball game. But it did negate a fine run by Jerome Tucker. And they're going back some more. What are they doing, Billy?
I don't know. I don't even think they're for sure what's going on, Don. I think they're happy about the flags that they've thrown, and they forgot what they were all about.
You know, a 35-yard penalty, I guess that's a new rule.
They just said the chain gang moved, and they shouldn't have. So that's what all the commotion is on the field, Don.
Whatever.
It's all sorted out, 2 technicals.
There's no possible way it could be 1st and 40 from the position they're at now. No way, there's 45 yards to go. 1st and 45. Jerome Tucker under the center. Option play to Santo. Santo around the corner of the 50, down to the 48-yard line.
Number 40 who came up from his safety position, and he's limping again.
And it's going to be a gain
picked up about
on the play of about 7 or 8 yards to the 48. 2nd down and 37 to go. Unbelievable chain of events has occurred here in the late part of the 3rd quarter. 32-21. It seems like forever since we've played it down before that play after all the controversy. Stovall split wide to the left for Tucker. Double tight end. Here's Armstrong to the 45. Face mask, no doubt about it. That'll be a 15-yard penalty against Senatobia. Definitely, that's a 15-yarder. No doubt they pulled Santo down by the face mask. Carlos Bell made the tackle.
Looks like there was a face mask involved in that play.
Santo looks like he has a cramp the way they're holding his leg. The trainer has been the MVP here tonight for both teams. We've had a lot of injuries, none of them hopefully serious, but a lot of cramps in the legs here on a hot night. The conditioning early in the season is always something you worry about.
15-yard penalty.
15 yards.
Face mask against Armstrong.
It does not carry an automatic 1st down, however. So it'll be 2nd down and 13 yards to go, but that definitely helps.
Well, following a series of penalties against the Cats, which moved them back to 13.
And this game has had everything you can think of. Turnovers, big plays, injuries, ejections, just about everything you can think of, Billy.
That's right, Don. I hope we can get a chance to talk to Coach Ray after the game, because there's more to what happened than what we saw.
And we hope we'll have a chance to talk to him at the end of the game. Hopefully it'll be a victorious talk. Calhoun City definitely not out of this game yet. They have a very explosive offense, down 32-21. You know they can score in a hurry. We've seen it a million times. Let's cut you to a station break now, hear from some more of our sponsors, and we'll be right back with more action from Calhoun City right after this. Welcome back to Calhoun City. Only 25 seconds to go in the third quarter. Calhoun City trails 32-21. Armstrong left the game under his own power, suffering from some cramps apparently. He's being tended to on the sideline now.
Second down, okay, they hit third down up there.
Checking in, Jeremy Azale in the backfield for Calhoun City. Tight end to the left. Two wide receivers. Look for a pass here. Tucker back to throw. Swings it out. That's a lateral. That's a lateral.
Incomplete pass.
But they called it incomplete. Not a good call that time by the official, in my opinion. Damon Campbell was the intended receiver. Not a good pass by Tucker.
They're going to rule that an incomplete.
But it did look like it was behind the line, no doubt.
Oh, Don, it was about 5 or 6 yards behind the line of scrimmage, and they called it incomplete pass, so that brings up 3rd and long for the Wildcats.
And we hate to bark at the officials, but they have not done a good job here tonight. Of course, it is early in the season. Officials are just like anybody else. They haven't had a lot of games under their belt this year, but Tucker up to the line, option, nowhere to go for Cook. He is stopped in his tracks. 66 on the tackle, Corey Sims.
And that is the
end of the third quarter, and 4th down and 12 to go for Calhoun City. They'll go for it here most likely. 12 minutes to go in the game. And Calhoun City finds themselves down 1 touchdown, a field goal, and a 2-point conversion. 11-point deficit as we head to the 4th quarter. And they need a first down here.
Last chance to get your dollar ticket or 6 for $5 on the $100 bill by the football boosters to be given away at the end of the
Billy,
third quarter, which is right now.
We want to talk a little bit about SEC football getting underway this weekend. Everybody in the South, of course, most everyone, big football fans. Should be a good year for the SEC again this year. Mississippi State and Ole Miss both opening their seasons tomorrow. Bulldogs against Memphis State, or actually University of Memphis now. Ole Miss on the road against highly touted Auburn, so going to be a tough test for them. Give us your opinion on a little bit of the SEC this weekend.
I believe, Don, that
ladies and gentlemen, we're ready
all the interviews and things that I've seen here in the preseason, just say for instance, if the Rebels can put their things together like they have at Oxford in the preseason, I feel like they'll give Auburn a good run for it. Mississippi State, I want to say that they won't have any trouble with the University of Memphis, but you don't ever go up against the Tigers overconfident, because they will put it on you.
That's right. 2 years ago, they came to Starkville and pulled off an upset victory over Mississippi State. So
you're reminded that you're not supposed to spend it all in one place.
And Billy, we are enjoying our mixed drink tonight, Bugs and Coke. Not too bad up here on the press box.
Well, I've got one that keeps getting on my shirt, Don. I finally found it. I'm going to kick him off down on somebody else.
A lot of folks down there that to be kicked on, a big crowd here tonight. Big 4th down play coming up for Calhoun City.
4th and 11 for the Wildcats.
Campbell and Jennings wide to the right. Pitch sweep to Stovall. He's going to throw it deep into the end zone. Got a man, drops it.
That was it, baby.
Wide open and dropped by number 2, Damon Campbell.
Could not catch the ball. I think in all fairness, he was worried whether he was inbounds.
And he was all alone. And that's a play there you just can't afford to make. And Calhoun City has definitely shot themselves in the foot tonight with turnovers and mistakes the entire game.
That's right, Don. That ball was right in his hands, and you can give him you can give it to him. He was close, you know, the momentum carrying him out of the end zone, but I still believe he'd have come in with it 6 points for the Wildcats.
First down and 10 for the Warriors from their own 29.
After this play show off. Coach up on it.
He's out on safety now for the Wildcats with.
Here's the handoff up the middle to Kathy.
To the right-hand side.
To the 30-yard line. Cook made the stop.
In on the stop right up the middle.
Up against the building.
Second down.
About 2 yards.
And you take a look at Coach Mike Ray,
Kathy on the carry.
who was ejected, looking down on the field, having to cheer his team on from the dressing room. Second down and 8.
2nd and 9.
See if the Wildcat defense can stand here. Oakley back to throw, lobs it up for Jones. It is caught by Jones. He's to the 30, jukes one man, caught from behind at the 18. Ball came loose, but he was down.
Jeremy Ezel finally
And
brought it down
Jones
about the 19-yard line.
Has another cramp.
Right on the 20. Jones
I've never
is
seen as
cramping
many
too.
cramps as I've seen here tonight. I don't know what it is. It's not any hotter than normal. And we did not experience this last weekend at our games in the middle of the day at Oxford, so not sure what it is, but Jones is okay. He goes off the field. Ken Jones, a fine wide receiver. 1st and 10, Senatobia at the 20 with a chance to put this game away.
Don, let me tell you, that was great concentration on the part of Ken Jones. And I believe we could play
Got some new players in there
4
for
more
the
quarters of
Warriors.
football, and nobody from Senatobia's
Number
team
10,
is going to outdo what their
Harris.
teammate Ken Jones has done tonight.
Oakley still under center. 2
Here's the handoff to Bates. Calhoun City, big hole for them to dig out of. Here's a man that can do it right here. Takes it at the 6.
on his own 15.
Armstrong up the middle. And he breaks 2 or 3 tackles. Finally knocked down at the 25-yard line.
He's up to about the 24-yard line where he's brought down by a host of white jerseys. Among
Mark
others, number 6,
Leisure.
Jerica Gardner.
On the tackle along with Gardner. 1st and 10 to go for the
Number
Wildcats.
24, Mark Leisure. Have a timeout.
Calhoun City
Timeout, injured player.
has shown no passing game at all tonight, but they're going to have to do it now. Down by 18 with only 9:44 to go.
Don, talking about the cramps earlier, I don't believe I've ever seen a game where there's been so many cramps.
I agree with you. We're just fortunate none of them are serious injuries. We have had a lot of cramps though tonight. Of course, the first game of the year for Senatobia. Conditioning may be a problem. Calhoun City in their second game. Tucker, lateral to number 7. That is not Charles Hill. Up to the 35, to the 37. That is Jody Jennings wearing number 7.
61 on the stop.
Only a sophomore.
House.
Stuart House was there to make the stop along with Maurice Bateman.
And Maurice Bateman, but not after a good game by the Wildcats.
1st and 10 Wildcats at the 38-yard line.
Picked up a first down.
Don, you're talking about the passing attack from the Wildcats.
They're on 39.
They've got to forget that they had Kendall Robertson last year. They've got to get some confidence in these other guys.
That's right. They don't have one standout receiver, but they have a lot of speed at that position. They've just got to learn how to utilize it. Here's the option, and the ball's on the ground again.
Missed pitch by the quarterback, but covered there by number 12.
Not a good play by Tucker. He has not played well here tonight.
A loss on the play. About 9 yards.
Nowhere near could he have made that pitch. The back was already by him. It's 2nd down, 20 yards to go for the Wildcats. A loss of 10
That'll
on
bring
the
up
play.
2nd down and 19.
Tucker looks over the defense.
Air split right. Pittman.
5-2 defensive front.
Tucker with the ball.
Tucker back to throw in the pocket, looking left. Got a man wide open, complete to Pittman. Pittman still on his feet. 45, cuts it back to the 46. Flag on the play, and that's going to be a late hit, I believe, against Senatobia, which will give Calhoun City a first down.
Where's Coach Ray? We need to tell him that he got a call for a late hit.
Stuart House on the stop and the number 2 man.
House made the tackle, along with the number 2 man, according to the announcer down below us.
Roughness against the defense.
Who's the number 2 man there, Billy?
I don't know who the number 2 man is. I know who the number 1 man is, and that's number 40, Ken Jones.
And it'll mark it off, and it'll give Calhoun City a first down.
Catch and run by Pittman. Personal foul. Defense.
Herod checks out for
Warriors,
Calhoun City.
40-yard line, first and 10 catch, trailing by 18 points.
Tucker comes up to the line. The ball's just inside the 40-yard line. Chad Cook, who has been kept under control second half by the Senatobia defense. And here's Tucker on the option. Good gain of 35, down to the 32. Gain of 8 on the play.
After a gain of about 8 yards.
Second down and 2 yards to go.
By number 61, Stuart House.
House again. It's going to be a close race between Ken Jones and Stuart House for MVP here tonight.
Through for the catch. Jody Jennings and Jonathan Herod back in. Benton out.
Second down, 3 yards to go. High formation, second down and 3, call it, for Tucker. He's back to throw in the pocket. Good protection. Throws complete to number 33.
19-yard line by number 33.
Inside the 20. First and 10, Wildcats. Bale, I believe, on the reception. Bubba Fleming
On a fine reception.
was the
Brings, first down for the
recipient
catch.
of that good pass.
Warriors 20-yard line.
Fleming wearing number 33 tonight. Had him listed at 31. That's why we did not pick it up right off. I formation on first and 10. From the 20. Tucker back to throw. Tucker looks down toward the corner of the end zone. Intercepted. It out of bounds, though. Very fortunate for Calhoun City. Another errant pass by Jerome Tucker. Intended for LeVar Tucker, the junior. It'll be second down, 10 for Calhoun City. You know, Billy, everyone has bad games. We don't want to, talk about it too much. But Tucker, not looking like a veteran quarterback here tonight. He's made a lot of bad decisions. Not only has he made some mistakes in fumbling, but he's made some bad decisions as well.
You're right, Don. I'll comment on that after this play.
Second down, 10 from the 20. Tucker back to throw, looking over the middle, too high. Intended for Sherman Pittman on the little slant pattern. Third down, 10.
Don, that's a good rush on the part of the Warrior defense. And to comment on Tucker, he's just going to have to settle down. And in my opinion of it, Don, a good quarterback is one who will take the loss instead of giving up the ball. And Tucker has made some pitches tonight that I'm sure he'll look back over the tape and he'll say, that was uncalled for. And I'm sure you'll see a change next week.
20-yard line.
Third down, 10 yards to go. Maybe time for Santo to get a little swing pass. He hasn't touched it in a while. He's back to throw. Tucker rolling right. He's got Santo wide open on the left, but he can't get it back to him. It's going to be a sack by number 43. Omar Wilson.
Number 43, Omar Wilson on a good rush. Stops Tucker for a loss.
And that's the play there.
Back to the Warriors.
Well, Tucker's just got to unload it, throw it out of bounds. You cannot take that loss. But he did, and it'll be fourth down and a long way to go.
Down now in 25.
25 yards to go. They've got to go for it. Only 5:40 to go in the game. Some of the crowd beginning to flow out of the stadium. Clock is ticking. Finally, they take a timeout. They might have burnt 20 seconds that time.
On the Warrior 35.
So on fourth down, 25 yards to go. This may be the ball game. And some questionable play calling that time, as they did not get the ball in the hands of Santo Armstrong, their main threat. As he had his chances. 3 plays and They did not gain a yard. In fact, they lost 15. So it's 4th down and 25 yards to go.
To go, catch down by 18. 4th down and 25 on the Warriors' 35-yard line.
4th and 25, 5:26 to go in the game. Stay tuned next weekend on TV7, TV 34. You'll see these Wildcats again versus the Oxford Chargers. Also, Bruce Trojans and the Houston Hilltoppers from Bruce Stadium. Tucker fumbles the ball, picks it up, under pressure, gets away, rolls right, throws it down the field into coverage, intercepted by who else? Ken Jones. Jones to the 20, 25, 30. He's down to the 40. Jones to the 50, still on his feet. Great block, he's gone. Touchdown, if he can make it that far, and he does. He is given out.
Touchdown, Warriors.
Touchdown, Ken Jones. And you can wrap this one up for the Warriors. They're gonna win this one. It looks like everybody is about dead. I mean, the conditioning is unbelievable. Nobody.
Ken Jones picked off a Tucker pass.
Everybody looks like they're about to pass out there, Billy.
95 yards back
You know, it may be a little cooler up here on the press box, but I cannot imagine it being as hot and as unconditioned as these guys are looking here tonight.
Don, that was a heads-up play on the part of Ken Jones, and he got my vote for Senatobia's player of the game. But once again, and I know it sounds like people that hear the replay sound like we're down on the officials tonight, but illegal block about the 40-yard line, and you know, momentum is strictly in the hand of the Warriors, and the Wildcats just going to have to rebound and come back next week and work on getting ready for the Chargers.
Won't get any easier next week. Here's the extra point by House. It's good.
Kick is good. 46-21.
46-21.
58 left to play.
And when is the last time you saw a team score 46 points on the Wildcats? Not very often, but you might see it again next week. Not to be down, but Oxford has a fine ball club. We saw them pour 33 points up on a good Horn Lake team, 5A school, so it's going to be a tough match. But you know Coach Ray will have them out there working all week to improve and learn from this loss.
Don, if I could say one thing, if I was on the coaching staff, I'd work on my pass defense, because that's hurt tonight. And early going, they got some breaks. The quarterback, Drew Oakley, couldn't connect, but he started connecting, and that hurt. And that's come to be a factor here in the late going of the ball game, and going to have to work on that secondary.
You're right, both pass defense and pass offense both. Taken by number 20, that is Ezel. He fumbles. Senatobia has it again.
Jeremy Ezel looks
and
like
the route is on.
of the ball, and it is covered by number 43.
46-21.
Wilson, good friend of Woodrow Wilson. Timeout, referee.
1st and 10, Senatobia. 4:51 to go in the game.
So following the kickoff catch by Jeremy Ezel and the dropped ball at about the 30-yard line.
1st down for Senatobia.
1st and 10 from the Wildcat 28.
At the Calhoun City 28-yard line.
Good looking guy. Yeah, good playing tournament.
And down in that crowd, you see a look at Billy Nelson's better half. His wife Robin down in the stands enjoying some Calhoun City football here tonight.
She gonna kill y'all for that.
Robin.
Looks like some substitutions now for the Warriors. They have a sizable lead with the ball on the Wildcats.
First down, Senatobia.
28-yard line, 1st and 10.
First and 10 at the 28 for Senatobia.
Hey, there's one to get right there. My little girl.
And now you take a look at Billy's little girl, Lindsay,
New quarterback in there is Shane.
going to one of the
the
first football games as a out of bounds gang tackle by the Wildcats.
David West. And Tyrone Fox.
Well, Billy, we got a little bit of time here, 4:32 to go. Game out of reach. NFL kicking off this year as well, so I know you're a big Saints fan. I think there'll be a lot of improved team this year. Their offense should be as good as they've had in the last few years.
That's right, Don. Look forward to a good season in New Orleans.
Of course, they always have to contend with the 49ers in that West Division. There's a flag. So the referees will prolong it a little bit longer, blowing the flag here, throwing the flag, blowing the whistle. That's it.
Well, they've been throwing flags real quick tonight, and if Coach Ray will talk to us about it, I want to talk to him, or let you talk to him about it, because something went wrong down there, Don. You keep going back to it. Not to say the Wildcats would have won the game, but that's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about, you know, Coach Ray had every right in the world to argue the call, but it took him quicker to eject him than it did for him to argue his point, Don.
That's right. If you look back to one play that broke the Wildcats back, it was the pass that was dropped in the end zone by Damon Campbell. It would have cut the lead to 3 points on the halfback pass. A perfect pass by number 17, Stovall, as he laid it right in there. But an unfortunate pass drop
Michael Wortham,
really hurt him.
and Chad Cook getting up on the bottom of the pile. That'll bring up 3rd down and 4.
3rd down and 3 for Senatobia. Here's a new quarterback in the game. He might go all the way. That is the younger Oakley. And he is close, but no cigar. He's down on the 1-yard line.
On the 1-foot line.
Shane Oakley, a junior. Not sure if he's a younger brother of the starting quarterback, Drew, or not. We don't want to speculate on that. There you take a look at Tremail Armstrong, and he was a star player here for Calhoun City, but we did not know he was the airness Michael Jordan here tonight. But we did see him have some big games that were equal to Michael Jordan at times, scoring 43 points one night. There's another touchdown for Senatobia, and they're getting up in the Nebraska territory now, 52 points to 21. Their crowd loving it across the way. And it's been a long night for the Wildcats. This game, Billy, was tied 21-21 at the half. They put up 31 points in the second half.
Tell you what, Don, people are going to see the results of this, and unless you were here, the scoreboard has no reflection on the kind of game that's been played. I tell you what, Don, you got to hand it to Coach Jerry Barrett over at Senatobia. A good job. You know, first quarter of action here tonight, looked like the Wildcats were going to blow the thing wide open. Open up to a 2-touchdown lead. Senatobia kept fighting their way back into it, went into the locker rooms, tied at the half, as Senatobia's come out, raring to go, and the mishap on the part of the Wildcat coaching staff, that put a damper on things. But Senatobia have a good week to, they can enjoy the victory. I don't know who they've got coming up next, but Calhoun City's got to get to work Monday and get ready for the Chargers from Oxford, because they're going to face some passing next week too.
You're exactly right. Chad Hill may be the best quarterback that we'll see all year.
Number 32.
It's going to be tough to see a receiver that's been as good as Ken Jones has tonight. And I'm going to go ahead with 3:05 to go and cast my vote. MVP of the game goes to Ken Jones, in my opinion.
For Senatobia, I vote Ken Jones.
3:05 remains, as I said. And another injury, number 32, Bernard Sykes.
Sykes is limping, but he's coming off under his own power.
Billy, I just want to say a little bit about Bernard Sykes, number 32. 6'3", 245, only a freshman. They put some good food in the cafeteria. And this guy here is going to be a giant by the time he's a senior.
That's right, Don. And he's been all over the field tonight. So a great job. And I'm going to go ahead and cast my vote for the Wildcat player of the game. I'm going to cast my vote for Sykes.
Extra point is good.
And it is no good, no good.
No good, off to the right, pardon me.
Remains,
52 to 21 to score in what has turned into a rout. In what has been a very, very tough night for Jerome Tucker. 6 turnovers for Calhoun City tonight. 1 interception, 5 fumbles. 2 by Santo Armstrong, who has had some big plays in the first half, but he has struggled in the second half, as have all the Wildcats. And he's out of the game now, and they're going to have Sherman Pittman back deep to receive.
Set to kick off from their
I'll
own
tell you
40.
what, talking a little bit about the 2A division this year, you've got Calhoun City, Okolona, Bruce, even North Pontotoc a decent team. But one of those teams is going to be left home like they did last year, a good football team. And the same goes for the Senatobia division. Senatobia, Independence, Water Valley, all of those are good, and one of those is going to have to stay home as well.
That's right, Don, and it's sad to say that talent such as that, everybody can't go, but it all comes down to it. And in what, some 10 weeks from now, we'll see who's carried the torch.
You're exactly right. Long way to go before the state playoffs will start. So
I believe.
But Calhoun City has a lot of improvement to do between now and then if they're going to return to the state championship game. But knowing Coach Ray and being a hard worker, he will have them out there giving 100% before the season is through. And you got to understand they're playing a very tough schedule. So their record may not look very good. They may be the Vardaman Rams of last year. Vardaman 1-7 still went to the playoffs because they came through in division play. But Okolona's going to be a very good team this year. Bruce, you know what they can do when they play Calhoun City.
There's a kick by Mickens.
So they're going to have to stay focused if they're going to make it to the playoffs.
10-11-yard line. He's corralled there.
And there you see Pittman runs it back to the 27-yard line. Cushman makes the tackle. A lot of second-string players in there right now. And here's a very big surprise. Jerome Tucker still in the game. This one's way out of reach. And you do not want to take a chance of your quarterback getting hurt with 2:56 to go. This game out of reach. So this is a big surprise. Chad Cook in there too. Along with Santo. Santo is out. Number 20 is at tailback. Jeremy Azale. Back to a draw play to Azale. And he's up to the 31-yard line. Gain of 3.
Warriors number 82, number 52.
Jeremy Dodson.
Who still tries to get the ball
And
away from Azale.
Newsom on the tackle.
52 is Jeremy Dodson. And Nathan Oakley on the stop.
Second down, 7 yards to go.
Everybody's getting a chance to play now on the Warriors team. That's a good move, Coach. Don't blame you.
Second down, 7.
Sangus Harris is the safety.
2 minutes to go in this one. I formation for the Wildcats. And it just feels like my head is cleared
That's the middle handoff.
as we
Left
get a
side.
break in the noise here at Calhoun City.
To Cook.
This has to be one of the noisiest stadiums that we'll go to.
Brought down by Cordrick King.
King made the stop on the play for Senatobia. Of course, we're sitting right here under the loudspeakers.
3rd and 4. With 1.28 left.
Clock continues to roll. A very impressive victory tonight for Senatobia. Both teams made a lot of mistakes early, but Senatobia has been near perfect second half. There's a nice run by Ezell
Ezell with a good run.
all the way to the 45-yard line.
45-yard line of the Warriors, finally brought down by number 82.
Earl Sanders was there,
Newsom.
along with Newsom.
And 64, Walter Freeman.
Ezell only a sophomore, so he may be the heir apparent to Santo Armstrong, who will move on at the end of this season to greener pastures, hopefully.
1st and 10 from the Warriors 45.
1st and 10, under a minute to go. Couple of plays to go for the Wildcats. Tucker still in there. Option play to Ezell. Ezell 40 down to the 32-yard line. Another first down
Matthew Harrison,
for Ezell,
but not until he picked up the first down.
who looks as though he'll be a great
Clock is running
running
now.
back
Clock
before
is
it's all over.
stopped.
Has good speed.
While we move the chains,
Comes in 5'10", 160
29
pounds.
seconds remaining in the ball game.
One
As you
more
ride
play.
home tonight, our friends from Senatobia, please be careful. We appreciate you coming. We enjoyed having you over here. We hope you enjoyed the game.
20 seconds to go. This will be the last play of the game. Tucker on the option, gives to Cook.
Up the middle.
Cook, oh, excuse me, that's the fullback. That's not Cook.
I believe it was Tyrone Fox.
Fox on the carry, number 23.
That's when it stopped, and the ball
And that's going to do it. Ball game is over.
51, Senatobia.
Final score in a rout, Senatobia. 31 unanswered points in the second half to run away with it, 52-21. We're going to go down to the field now and hopefully maybe get an interview or two. And for right now, we're going to close it out. For Rob Morgan, Billy Nelson, I'm Don Brooks, saying so long here from Calhoun City. Stay tuned for more here on TV7, TV 34, your local sports connection. Calhoun City, I'm Don Brooks here along with Coach Mike Ray of the Calhoun City Wildcats. Tough loss here tonight. Senatobia coming out with a win, 52-21. The score was tied at the half, Coach, 21-21. What happened after that?
Well, you know, the turnovers is what killed us. We had 3 or 4 turnovers in the first half that led to touchdowns, and you know we should have been up at least 21 or 28-0 because they hadn't stopped us on offense, and we had completely shut them down defensively, and they just, you know, we just made too many mistakes and let them right back in the ball game.
Coach, one unfortunate play that we talked about, it was a big play in the game, of course, was the 15-yard penalty for unsportsmanlike conduct. Unfortunate set of circumstances, but the official looked like he went to an extreme a little bit. I know you don't want to talk about the officials, but a 30-yard penalty is very major in that circumstance. Tell us a little bit about what your opinion was on that.
Well, you know, you hate to blame things on the referee. We were already behind 2 touchdowns, and, you know, Jerome made a great play. He cut it back against the grain and run a long ways, and when they hit him out of bounds over there and then the guy comes diving over the foul, you're not supposed to do that. And he was standing on top of the play, and that's the reason I ran down there. You know, I'm out there to take care of those kids. You know, as far as winning or losing, it's not so much as getting these kids hurt. You know, we need to be out there taking care of them. Plus, he missed a couple other spearing calls right in front of him. But, you know, I'm not going to sit here and blame that one play on him because the 3 turnovers in the first half really killed us. And then we came right out and turned it over the next 2 possessions and they scored. You know, they scored off every one of our turnovers, and you know that's what lost the ball game for us.
Speaking of your turnovers, Jerome Tucker, your senior quarterback, your leader of this team, had a real tough night. Just one of those nights. Everyone has them. Nothing you can do about him. But he was feeling a little bit ill, we understand, and that might have had a lot to do with it. But he'll bounce back. You know he will, because you've seen him all last year and the year before. He's a good quarterback. It's just one of those tough nights where he couldn't seem to keep his hands on the ball. Everything was fumbling snaps and everything was going wrong.
Yeah, Jerome come in at halftime. He was sick. Before the game, I knew he was real glassy-eyed and he didn't look well, but, you know, he still did a good job. He ran the option well, made a few mistakes on it, but, I mean, when he got the ball out there on the corner and was able to pitch it some to Santo, we made some real big plays out of it. And, you know, we're all going to make mistakes. And, you know, it's just unfortunate that he made them, and you know that's just a turning point of the ball game is the fumbles. And I'm not going to sit here and dwell on him, because it wasn't only him; it was some other things that went on too. But you know, the kids, from what I saw, never give up. You know, even though we fumbled the ball so much and defense was on the field the whole second half, we still hung in there with them and had our chances in the second half. You know, except for a couple of misfortunate instances there. So you know we. Just got to come back and next week and regroup and get ready for a real tough Oxford bunch.
Right. Speaking of Oxford, one of the weaknesses that we might have saw tonight was the pass defense. Last year, of course, you had the ability. You had, of course, 2 great athletes in Charles Hill and Kendall Robertson back there, but you had the ability to get to the quarterback. You did that earlier tonight, but they began to give Oakley a little bit of protection, and they really picked you apart. And then next week, you've got a tough guy in Chad Hill. He's a very tough passer.
Yeah, he really is, and you know tonight we just got a little winded in the second half, and weren't able to put a whole lot of pressure on, and our corners, like I say, they're one new one especially, and one had played before, but we was a little bit tentative on the defensive side, and you know you can't do that in our defense with the style that we play, taking so many chances like we do. So you know we've got to have pressure up front, and that helps the secondary out. In turn, the secondary's got to stay with their man too. So you know it's a lot of growing up to do out there. You know I'm not going to be down because of one loss. I mean, heck, you're going to lose. You got to learn from your losses. So you know we're going to go back to the drawing board and come back and get ready for Oxford.
No, Coach, you'll be working hard Monday morning getting ready for Oxford. We'll be there next weekend, so stay tuned for that. But Coach, appreciate it, and good luck the rest of the season.
Appreciate it, Don.
We'll be right back with more right after this. 7 TV 34. I'm here with the Senatobia head coach, Coach Jerry Barrett, and also the star of the game, Ken Jones. And Coach Barrett, first of all, very good game here tonight. A lot of cramps, a lot of injuries, a lot of turnovers in the game, but you came out victorious with a big second half.
Well, we felt like that if we could just stay with Calhoun City, we'd have a chance of playing with them, but I had my doubts there in the first half because I didn't know if we was going to be able to stay with them or not. They went up 13-0. And I was afraid that if they'd gone up another one, we'd have been so far behind we wouldn't been able to. I knew if our players would stick in there, they'd have an opportunity, and then opportunities came, about, and was able to take advantage of them.
Coach, we talked a little bit earlier about your division this year. You have some tough teams in there, Independence and Water Valley, both very competitive. UPOR comes into your league this year. They have a good football team, so it's going to be tough to make it to the playoffs this year, but you got a good chance here with a lot of good talent.
Well, we're going to take one game at a time and try to get better each week. And if we do that, I feel like we'll do all right in our district games.
Ken, you had a very good game here tonight. The big play, I guess, toward the end of the game was the interception, 80 yards plus. Congratulations on being our star of the game. And what were you thinking going in the end zone that time? It looked like you was about to pass out. Y'all were just worn out.
I just saw I had a man downfield ready to block for me. I couldn't stop. I had to go on and give it all I had. And I made it in. Almost passed out, but I made it in.
Of course, first half was pretty nip and tuck. Both teams playing very well. Santo Armstrong's a guy everybody knows around here as being a very fast back. What did y'all do second half differently? What did Coach say to help you control him? Because you kept him in check more second half so than you did in the first.
Well, as we work on the option all week, he told us, contain the man. If he doesn't catch the ball, go and take him out anyway. And it seemed like everybody picked up on that. And as soon as he had it, we were there. And we was ready to have him.
Well, Coach, good luck on the victory. And we may see y'all again against Water Valley down in Death Valley. Well, y'all play at Senatobia this year, so that'll be a break. But maybe we'll see y'all in the playoffs hopefully later in the season.
Hope so. Thank you very much.
We'll be right back with more right after this.